What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mildly Appropriate Podcast. Today's our official first episode.
Yeah.
We started with our 2 Munch Pack videos where we got some snacks, tasted them, rated them. So if you want to check those videos out, they're going to be posted. But today is our official start of our podcast. So what do you guys think?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I mean, like, it's hard to start something off where, like, you're not trying to impersonate other podcasts, because why else would we have an idea for a podcast if we haven't seen others before?
Yeah.
Right.
So, maybe, like, coming up with our original ideas. I mean, like, I'm so for just, like, having a conversation.
Yeah.
The whole point is just be you.
I think it's nice to force ourselves to kind of sit down and just talk to your friends.
Yeah, just talk.
All right.
I feel like normally when we hang out, we go and we're trying to do a bunch of shit and making sure we're occupying ourselves, but really we can't just sit and talk.
Just talk.
Yeah, just sit down and talk about some dumb
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
And also another thing is, like, I think we all have an idea of, like, what the podcast would be, and obviously I don't think anybody is right. I think
there's
when we
no
get to, like,
forced idea.
episode 50 or something,
Yeah.
it's going to be so different than what we all thought it would be. So, like,
Hopefully the quality's a little better.
yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was listening to some guy on YouTube talk about, like, how you're going to end up doing the same concept as other people because you're putting out content that's podcast. Tons of other podcasts out there.
Oh,
but the whole reason
insane.
of why someone's going to watch you over someone else is just, like, being yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
And if we
That-
suck at
that
being
unique-
ourselves, then what are we gonna do at that point?
That uniqueness is, like, the whole point of
Yeah.
doing something different.
I agree.
You get that different look on things.
Right.
So the name behind Mildly Appropriate Podcast, we kind of all just brainstormed a couple ideas. I thought it was a really good mix between we're kind of idiots who say a bunch of dumb shit, but
for sure.
at the same time we kind of can talk about appropriate things and have some good conversation.
For the most part.
Oh yeah, cool.
Also, another thing is, like, we're all just schmucks. Like, we're just people in the street. Like,
Yeah, just dudes.
that we decided to, like,
Just some dudes.
so we don't have a following. Like, we don't have, like,
Nothing.
social media presence.
Right.
I think for people who've never done any kind of YouTube, or I don't think any of us even posted a lot on social media or anything.
No, not at all.
For that, I think we have a really good setup for how compared to
I agree.
others. Like I feel like usually they have a huge production thing.
This is a cool setup.
Yeah, it took about like 2 weeks to get everything set up.
I'd say 3 to finalize everything
Yeah.
from start
3
to
weeks.
finish.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that was like getting the right computer stuff,
Right.
microphones, of course.
And then, just dumb shit would be like, oh, we got to go all the way back to Micro Center, which is 45
45
minutes
away.
from
Right.
here.
Shout out Nick, my coworker, for hooking us up with some of these mics.
Yeah, dude.
Really good dude.
Cameras too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Awesome dude.
the whole shebang, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty
He knows
much.
what he's doing.
All our tech stuff.
Yeah.
He's got back from his flight. I think he's doing he's trying out for some company or something. I don't know.
I hope he's doing it. He's not working for Best Buy.
He's an awesome dude. No, he works for that's part time. He has a bunch of stuff.
So we get those.
He works at like 5 different places. It feels like.
Right.
Yeah, he's always busy.
Damn.
You wanna
I
put this-
never met Nick.
I
It's pretty cool that he hooked us up with all this. Like,
I met him once.
I mean, like,
We
we,
went-
really did save a lot of
We went
money.
to test drive in
so-
this like insane car when
yeah.
he was
Dude-
going way
dude
too
was-
fast.
Dude was whipping it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In a brand new, fast ass car.
Yeah, I made 50.
Damn.
It was pretty dope.
They were starting to get some cool cars out there, BMW.
Yeah, really.
People are sleeping on us.
Maybe you can get us sponsored by them.
No chance.
No, not even.
Talk about
The
the cars
dealership
the whole
themselves?
episode. Maybe. You never know.
Maybe give
I don't
them
know a
ad.
fucking thing about a goddamn car.
Yeah, it's like my job, so kind of have to.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't know anything about anything else, though.
All right.
Surprised I'm doing a podcast when I'm just like, all I know is cars.
You got the internet, man. You can know anything you want.
You can, yeah, all right. Exactly. That is true. The internet is an incredible thing. You can learn anything you want. You can be an expert in like 5 minutes.
So you guys want to talk about like where you are in your life, what you do?
Sure.
Danny?
All right. Well, I work in a data center. I don't know how like specific I can be.
I wouldn't give your address of where you
Yeah,
live.
right. I live here, and you're right. Yeah, this is my exact schedule if you ever want to find me. But like, yeah, I work in a data center, so I work with computers a lot, and this is something that I think we all kind of wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think we just kind of decided to do it. Like,
Pretty impulse decision.
so-
We're like, yeah, we're doing a podcast.
yeah, it was right.
It was literally just one night where we were just like, we should do a podcast. And me and Troy were like, yeah, you want to just like
Thousands
do
of dollars
you wanna
later.
do it just like me and you? And we were like, yeah, I mean, maybe we can get someone else. And we're like, let's get Danny and Sean. Let's get them
Really
involved.
good group, yeah.
That's a good
So,
group.
so Sean's our man behind the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He actually has his own camera, but he's our producer. He's going to take care of all the scenes and everything. He's going to get his own microphone as well, set up soon. So he'll be able to talk to us, just kind of put his input, talk about his input on certain topics.
Right.
Good dude.
Eventually, we'll get a good camera on Danny too, because we've We have like
Oh,
the
yeah.
lowest quality of
Right.
them all
Yeah.
on Dang.
Again, very-
wider than I
Doing-
normally
yeah,
would.
Low
doing-
budget
doing
podcast.
some justice,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Phew. What a bullshit.
He also hates his voice, but I
I've
love
al-
it.
I hate
You'll
my
get
voice.
used to it. I mean, like
Hate
first
my
time
voice.
long time ago, there's a legendary video I recorded for a Spanish class.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
First time I heard it, I'm like, dude, I can't listen to this. Like, I just heard my voice on
weird.
top of in Spanish. I was like, this sounds just so wrong.
Listening to yourself is so weird.
It is
Eventually,
weird. What a
eventually,
weird
you get,
experience.
after you hear it enough times, you're like, you just ignore it. You're just like, ah.
It's because like when you hear yourself, you're hearing yourself internally. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So, what's coming out of here is not what you guys are hearing, according to me.
We just think we sound awesome, but really we're
Right.
a bunch of losers.
Like I feel like I sound like a pretty cool guy, you know. And then like I listen to the fucking mics and it's like, yeah, wow, really interesting, cool. Like, oh god, I hate my fucking voice.
So that's all you do?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I mean, I was gonna do Twitch,
Yeah,
but
the
I
Twitch
kind of
stream.
I did like one thing and I was like, fuck this.
I've noticed
hard
a
to stay
lot of my
dedicated.
friends who have started streaming always do that 1 or 2 streams, and then
It's hard. It's tough.
whenever the next one comes up, they're just like, I don't.
I
know.
highly respect those guys who grind
It's,
every day.
it's really
It's
tough.
tough.
It's
It's
like
really
because like you're supposed to do it like with an audience. Like this is very different. Like
Right.
Yeah, we have each other.
we're talking to each
Right.
other,
You
right?
have, like, you have an immediate crowd.
But like, what are you gonna do? Just sit there? Like you can't just sit there quietly because it doesn't really bring anybody in. Like you
Yeah.
gotta just keep talking to yourself. I don't know. It's tough. It's a pretty tough thing. I think I'm gonna get back into it, but
Good.
we'll see. Yeah.
If you do it, you gotta like commit though.
Right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wanna
You
keep,
always
like,
have
so,
to.
like, 'cause
That's
I've done
the hard
multiple
part.
times where I've like done a couple streams and I'm like, well.
You gotta commit.
A lot of
'Cause you're
times-
never gonna get anywhere if you
The
don't.
big thing for me is hardware. Like, if I ever felt any kind of like, I'm very picky, so if I ever felt like
Right.
FPS lag,
And I agree.
like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
that makes me so mad. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm not streaming. I turn it
Or
off.
like a friend of ours, Ben. Ben was
Oh,
always
yeah.
he was like consistently streaming for like a few weeks for it, and then all of a sudden like he just like lost a bunch of entries. Like, yeah, I'm totally done with it.
Yeah,
Which
and
you
he's
know,
a great-
it's
he's
totally
so
it's
good.
totally that's such a Ben. It's such a Ben
Yeah,
thing.
he's the most
to do.
entertaining person too. He could have done like amazing with it.
Yeah, it's such a Ben thing to do where he's
Yeah.
like, he's like he gets it going, and then one day he's just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done.
Mm.
But it takes a lot of time. It takes a ton of
Time.
consistency.
Yeah.
Twitch in particular is like you go away for like 2 days and people have
Yeah.
already moved
Stop,
on to
yeah,
just
stop
watch it.
watching
There's
it,
so many
yeah.
other people to watch. It's like if you don't come back those 2 days, people are gonna kind of wonder where you're at unless you
Yeah,
already
right.
have like that huge initial following,
Right.
So it's tough.
That's what I was saying with like how we're just people. Like I mean, we don't have any following. Like we're just kind of doing this. This is our
Our thing.
starting thing into whatever
Right.
you want to call it. Like
Right.
Yeah,
which is pretty interesting.
it's not like this is our full-time job or anything. So
Right.
Right.
We're just having fun with it, which is nice.
And,
I
and
think
all of
it's-
our schedules happen to line up
I think it's
pretty nicely too.
Yeah, it sucks when you see people though who kind of their hobby becomes too forceful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They start doing it, you can't really tell if they love it or not.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
we're doing this because we're having fun with it. There's nothing behind it. We've spent more money on the podcast than we'll probably ever get back. But
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
or like ever expect to get back. I don't
Right.
expect to get anything back, but
No.
it's just having fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. That is.
And yeah, Philly. I mean, we're
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Philly area.
Yeah, Pennsylvania,
you
all of
guys
us.
are down there.
He's in Philadelphia.
I live in Philly,
We're like outside of Philadelphia.
so I drive down here. I mean, well, all right. I'm gonna ask you a question. Philly, like, you like Philly?
I like it. I think it's cool, like vibes. It's weird. Like I'm just not
In the parts you've been in.
exactly like I
Right,
feel like it's
yeah.
all. And you can walk down one street and it's a bad area.
Right.
That's every city though, like major city.
Right.
And now they're expanding Philly, so it's going to be crazy. You heard about all like they're going to fill the whole skyline pretty much. That New York's bringing
Yeah,
all the
right.
money down.
Yeah. Yep.
Because there's no space left in New York or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
You get those neighborhoods where like just recently there was a shooting over in like northwest Philly.
Oh, that was fucking
It's
nuts.
near
I was
Strawberry
on my way to,
Mansion.
I was on my way to the Phillies game tonight.
This is like
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
quite
that's
literally
right.
one of the worst parts of Philadelphia for this where the shooting happened.
Mm.
And then you take parts of like close to Center City, University City,
Right.
Oh,
parts
beautiful.
of northeastern, like right in the center. So it's like Fishtown, these nice areas where Port Richmond, where they're like getting gentrified and everything. It's like these
Right.
are nice areas. And then you go a couple blocks down the road, and
Yeah.
you're in Kensington.
Yeah.
It's just not
Right.
No.
Yeah. It's like.
not
I like it. I
you
do
go
like
from-
it. But
right,
That was a
you can
weird
go-
night, wasn't it? That night the shooting
it
happened.
was
in
like
Philly?
like a full moon or something. I don't
No,
know.
so-
like,
so-
everything was just fucking weird.
So the first Strawberry Mansion is where my grandfather and grandmother lived.
Wow.
Yeah. So that night we leave. We were actually setting up podcast stuff. It was our first Munch Pack episode, I believe. So we were like late to the game and everything, and then all of a sudden the shooting stuff starts happening, and we see it on the news. We're like, oh, we're on our way to Philly. It's
Right.
gonna be hopefully there's no like bad traffic. We usually there's been tons of construction on 95. traffic every single, like 2 hours long of traffic when you go down there. We blew right by everything, no problems. Then I got rear-ended. Then I called the home run by Bryce Harper. That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like after the first ball, I was like third pitch, home run to the Allstate sign. Third pitch, home run, Allstate sign. It was so
18-2.
weird.
It was 18-2.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, you're right. 18-2. Yeah, you're right. It was
Very
so
weird.
weird.
And it's like these like I don't even know, like these people just like would walk in the streets, like it was like getting there was such a weird journey. It was so like surreal because like we got in that little I don't even want to call it an accident.
Did you guys stop in Strawberry Mansion to pick up the tickets?
No.
Oh, you
No.
went straight down.
Not those grandparents. My dad's parents who passed away, or my grandfather passed away. He lived in Strawberry. He used to live in Strawberry.
Okay.
So my dad like grew up near there.
Right.
Yeah. But it was a weird night.
Weird shit, man.
Yeah. So me, pretty much, I work for BMW, so that's why I'm into cars. Again, I live outside of Philly. Nothing really too interesting. Wanted to start this podcast with these guys. We kind of just thought of the idea. We're in my basement actually, so the whole set is here. So yeah, it's all me.
Nice. I'm currently just a full-time student. I've was working like a temp job over the summer.
Shit, data transfer, right?
Yeah, it was like it's basically just like medical data entry. It's boring as fuck. And then
Desk job.
yeah, and so full-time student now, just doing whatever with this podcast. Maybe trying to pick something up for like part-time in the meantime. But I think it's important to also address that like we've all known each other for like a ton of years.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's probably going to be details where we like assume
People think that we
Right.
already
know.
that people already know.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I guess we'll have to make sure we don't always overlap
Be
on
descriptive
those.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things,
Oh, also, and I just recently turned 22 years old.
21.
Yeah.
Or a month.
How old are you, old man?
24.
You're 24 already? Damn, I thought you were
24,
23.
man.
My brother turns 24. November.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think you did.
Yeah. You probably know my brother's age.
Well,
That would help.
yeah.
I know his
Be a
birthday.
little-
so
be a
that's
little
I think he's
That's
23, right?
It'd be a little.
I think he's 23. I think
23.
he's 24 November 23rd.
Yeah.
So. All right. So
Yeah, I
Danny,
feel old. I feel old.
Do you?
Like with you guys, I don't know. It's like it's a weird like difference.
I feel like maybe back in high school it'd feel definitely weird for you for being like 2 grade levels above
Yeah,
us,
right.
hanging out with younger kids.
Right.
But I feel like
I
guess
everyone
now
hits,
it's
everyone hits
even
that
out.
point where like
Yeah.
you're kind of just
Oh, so
some adult.
speaking of
just
leaving
some
details
schmuck.
out, Danny is my brother's friend. Well,
yeah.
originally our brother's friend. Now we're all kind of a group
Yeah,
of
right.
friends.
Right.
Since we vacation together with Sean as well, we go to MagFest. So
yeah.
don't kill us, but
Oh.
when we go to MagFest, we'll be there.
Right.
We're gonna wait. We should definitely try and pull off a
MagFest
MagFest
podcast, definitely. I don't know how we're gonna do that.
I don't know how the
think
fuck
it's
we have
we're
no
gonna
too
pull
space in
that
the
off.
car. We have no space in
Dude,
the car.
I wouldn't.
I know.
I wouldn't give a shit if we recorded on our phone. I think at that point we should definitely just be like, dude, we
drunk
need to
MagFest
record.
podcast.
Yeah.
We
just
could really
something-
bring like one mic and do the all around thing too.
Yeah, just all.
It would have
talk.
been really cool if we had put in an application in for like a
Yeah, because then we get
Like,
like,
panel.
entertainer.
Oh,
like a
panel.
panel because they would have had all the equipment there and
if only, maybe next year we have some views or something. We can
Yeah, you're
get
right.
a whole
Yeah, maybe next
podcast
year.
panel
Yeah.
every night. We can do like a little podcast.
right.
It'd be awesome.
That'd be wild.
That'd be fucking cool.
So MagFest, if you guys don't know what MagFest is, MagFest is this. It's considered a music and video game convention, mostly video games.
Music and gaming festival.
Yeah. So there's a little music hall with concerts going on like all night with these really weird, like unique bands, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not really famous or anything. And then there's a whole station for old time gaming where there's the Macs from what are those called, like the Julia or whatever, or not the Julia. What were the old Macs called? The first couple. There's the Apple.
The Apple computer. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
yeah, it's a name.
it was a name. I forget the name. It was like Steve Jobs' daughter or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So there's like a whole room with all these old school games like Atari and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a modern PC hall where every year it's getting crazy expanded. We had like, what was it, 300 PCs last year set up for us.
Yeah.
So you can just go. There's tournaments. The tournaments weren't that great, but well, because we suck at games.
I
but-
mean, like, yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
for
for
the
sure,
most part.
for sure.
But then, you get like the slightly above amateur gamers, and you're like, whoa,
Then
whoa,
there's
whoa, whoa.
then there's like the console rooms where you have people on Xbox, PS4. Then the arcade, which is probably the coolest room, where they kind of get arcade machines from different companies and people who come to the festival.
Right.
There's people like Dance Dance Revolution is probably my most memorable moment when
Dude,
I
they
saw
go
this
ham.
guy. Oh, this dude wasn't even looking at the screen, and he's using 2 boards. Like he's just dancing and hitting every note.
That was
crazy.
It's got the notes memorized.
Yeah, so that's pretty much something we look forward to every year, and we are depressed from that moment on until.
Oh no, it's real. Like I was
Yeah.
I just hated my life. I was
Yeah,
like,
as
oh my
soon as
God,
you've done
what am I
MagFest, you're
doing?
like, I can't go
Just this
here for
husk
another
of a
year.
man walking around.
And it's at the National Harbor, which, if you guys know, that is an awesome place. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's crazy.
Yeah, you guys had been there before I had gone. You guys have been there.
I
What,
think it was
2
me and
years?
Tyler went initially,
That's
then
my brother,
you,
Tyler.
right? And then it was just you and us.
No, so it was you, Prav, and some of the, like, I forget who else was it, Frank or something.
Oh, that's right. Right.
And then
I thought you went a year without.
I went the second year, I think. Or third
So
year.
I think
you
so,
went-
something like that,
You
right?
went his second year, and then the third year is
It was
when.
with you
That's
guys.
Sean
third year
came.
was the.
No, actually, I went twice without them, I think. This is my third year going, was with them. Right?
Yeah, that, right. Because the last year was the first time you went, right?
Yes.
Both of you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like I've been there 4 times already.
Maybe. I don't even know anymore. It's just so much fun. I don't even keep track.
Oh, right. Because I went with my cousins first. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Second year we brought Tyler. Third
Gotcha.
year
You went
was
with all your
Tyler and
friends.
you.
You see some weird stuff there.
And then right.
by the
and
third
then-
day, everyone just starts smelling. Like, not
Oh,
not
yeah,
us,
well.
I'm saying like people. It's the whole place just reeks.
Yeah, well, that's the nerd culture, I guess.
It is.
They don't
It's-
fucking shower.
It's awesome though. I respect it.
I do you?
Yeah.
I don't respect
definitely.
not showering.
Just not showering.
One shower.
I
All you need
like
is like
the
one
culture. I
shower
think
throughout
they're
the
And some
entire
good
day.
deodorant.
Oh,
Just
well,
apply
the
deodorant.
culture there is amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's very
Dude,
nice.
the Wizard
And
record,
the Wizard
world
record, yeah, they broke it again, I think.
Yeah, they
I
lined
think
up a
they'd
bunch
broken
of
it
wizards.
last year,
There's
too.
like thousands of wizards in this hallway. People dressed as wizards, and
It's cool.
it's a
It's a
world
good time.
record.
There's tabletop gaming, like Dungeons and
Oh, yeah?
Dragons and all that shit. It's
Yeah,
cool.
that whole depressed afterward part. I totally thought you guys were kind of just like
Kidding.
being dramatic,
No,
just being
man.
like, dude, life sucks without MagFest.
Right.
And then you go and you're just like, this is sick. And then
Right.
the second you leave, you're like,
Fuck.
it's already fucking over.
I know, right?
You're
It's
just
like,
wow,
God
I
damn
gotta
it.
wait a whole nother year to come
Yeah.
back.
The best part about it, I think, is definitely how it's 24/7. Like, there's no.
Oh,
yeah.
It doesn't
There's
matter
no
when you
stop.
sleep. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter where you are at any time.
Right.
Come out 3 o'clock in the morning. Everything's still around. People are still out. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you're
such a
you're
vibe.
fucking you're drunk. You've taken already
Yeah.
2 Adderall and you're wired at
Right.
3 a.m.
Right.
And you're
It's
walking
amazing.
around. You're like, hey, and other people are around just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Right.
just do
Elevators,
whatever at 3
elevators at
a.m.
MagFest, most
Oh, yeah.
entertaining thing ever.
Yeah. Sean
Yeah.
gets up when the sun comes up. He comes back to the fucking hotel room and he's like, hey guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So, Danny, I know you wanted to get into a certain topic for
Yeah, this is a
breaking
passionate
news.
topic. Right.
Breaking
Very
news.
passionate.
Well, it's like a 2-part thing. Because, first of all, we should talk about the Marvel movies that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We're big Marvel fans here. You are too, right?
Yes.
So, and Sean, are you? Okay, gotcha.
He enjoys them.
big.
He's not as
No,
big.
okay,
Mhm.
makes sense. So, we didn't really get a chance to talk about like the Phase 4 movies. I thought that'd be kind of fun to go
Yeah,
through and
definitely.
see what we all think about them.
Yeah, overall, like just off the bat, are you happy about the Phase 4 movies?
I'm a little weird.
I'm
It's
indifferent.
weird because like there's a lot of like Disney Plus shows.
Sean, can you pull up that list we have?
Right. So
Right,
now
like-
that Disney's coming out with this whole streaming program
Right.
to try and compete with
Yeah,
Netflix
scroll up there. Yep.
and
Right,
any of
start
the
at the
other
top, start at the top.
competitors
It's
out
like-
there trying to stream.
Yeah, see how there's top and bottom? Yeah, so start at the top there. Yep. So we got Black Widow first. So the thing I'm indifferent about is that they're doing a bunch of TV shows like mixed in with the whole Disney Plus thing.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
it's,
So, question first off, you got to start off. Are you guys going to get Disney Plus because of this?
Probably.
yeah,
I'll,
I'll be getting
I'll
it,
be honest.
but
Really?
I'll probably be bumming off of Danny's account.
right, most
Fair enough.
likely.
So you'll definitely be a consumer. You'll switch because
Yeah.
of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Can
I
we
will.
acknowledge the Loki font?
Oh my god. What could it possibly even? Be?
It looks like they switched the font every single letter. They're like,
I couldn't decide.
Let's try
They're
this
like,
one.
I kind of like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's probably means something in the show. I don't know.
4 different what Marvel movies?
A combination, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I haven't heard that, but
I haven't heard that either.
interesting.
That'd be a
So we
terrible
got Black
idea.
Widow, which I mean might be cool.
Well, here's the thing. It's like
She's already
spoilers.
dead,
Spoil-
bro.
all
She's
right,
already
well,
dead.
Yeah.
Avengers. Okay. Endgame came
Spoilers.
out
You have a
months
month.
ago.
You have a month. That's a cutoff. You have a month to
Yeah,
see
no, I
Endgame.
think we're safe to talk about
Yeah.
Endgame. She's dead. Like, who
If you
gives
haven't
a
seen
fuck?
it, I'm sorry.
Right.
Fuck
It's
you.
like okay, sure. I get if there was someone who's a huge Black Widow fan that like I want to know how she came to be like this sick
Yeah.
agent who can fight hand to hand combat
Right.
with a ton of people and get out of crazy situations
Right, right.
just by being like a secret agent. So like sure, the training behind that might be interesting to watch, but I don't know. It feels like why didn't they do this earlier. I guess
my God,
obviously
they
there
had
were
so much time to do it.
yeah. There's just so much time they had. Like obviously all these other movies building up to the Infinity War saga, but like
Right.
why couldn't they just squeeze it in before? Let us like know ahead of time.
Yeah. I mean, I think that a big part of it was I've heard rumors that like Kevin Feige is the producer of all these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Didn't have confidence that like a female-led movie would sell well.
Oh, so then after Captain
So
Marvel,
Captain Marvel
okay.
was like kind of like their step into
$1 billion,
that.
yeah.
And also I think because like Wonder Woman had come out beforehand,
Oh, yeah, that
and
was a good movie.
that was very successful. So I think it just kind of proved that it could work.
So what do we have? 5 shows and 5 movies?
I think so. I think right. Black Widow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 movies. 5. Yeah, 5 and 5.
That's
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I mean,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
huge on
get
TV
the
shows.
service,
I
but
just,
like,
yeah, but I hate waiting for episodes and like I like just binge watching them, like just a long movie. Like I just like a nice long 2 or 3 hour movie.
Yeah, waiting
Right.
for like next week's episode is kind of a pain in the ass.
Especially if they kind of go for a TV show feel where
Right.
the budgeting isn't that great. I mean, I hope they get like really
I mean,
good.
Disney has so much
dude,
money
I
into
wouldn't
that.
even hesitate to say that Disney's dumping all of their money into this.
yeah, I
Yes,
think it's
I-
right.
The budget is there's no issue with the budget.
Still, but it's just different because they don't film all like I don't know. The filming's very different. Like
It
how they
is,
do for
yeah,
TV
it is.
shows. It's just weird because then
No, like the
they
story
leave you on
structure.
cliffhangers every
Right.
episode. Like it's gonna be I don't know. I feel like it might be a little cringe. I hope not.
Well, I don't know that. Like, are they just gonna do the Netflix thing and just release the entire season?
I hope so. I
Is it
rather.
gonna
That's what I hope so too.
Yeah, because I can just watch the
Huh?
whole thing. It's a
What was
movie
that?
though.
Is it going to be cartoony? Is it going to be live action?
It's live action.
No, it's live action.
So
all of them
are-
except for the What If series, which is if you
That's-
scroll down a little bit, there it is right there. That What If is going to be animated, but all the other ones are live action.
What if you know what if is?
No.
So it's what if this happened throughout the Marvel like cinematic
Oh,
universe? So
okay.
like Infinity War, say what if they didn't beat Thanos or something?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
what if?
things like that.
Oh, that's pretty
It's,
cool.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. It's like a sandbox movie.
That's not
kind
even
of
on
thing for-
Disney Plus,
It is, yeah.
is it?
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. And there, see?
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
So 5 and 5 for Disney Plus stuff. But anyway, the Black Widow movie, I mean,
Very
I think
Okay.
Taskmaster is the bad guy in it, which is kind of cool, but like, again, it's a little late for that. Eternals,
I hate those things.
probably the most exciting, I guess. As I say that in like a very monotone voice, but I think it's gonna be kind of cool. The Eternals, I mean, they're a pretty weird concept. I think.
Is Thanos gonna be in that or no?
I think he will be.
Yeah, I do too.
I think he will be.
I feel like that's
Okay.
going to low-key be Thanos' background.
Yeah,
movie.
I
That'd
agree.
be- well, he already had kind of like a background story.
And also the
Oh,
cast
he
is
has a
crazy
story, but he
for
doesn't have
that
his own movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah, Infinity War Part 1 was kind of his own movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. He was
Yeah.
in it a lot. Yeah.
It was pretty much his following him throughout his journey like,
Right.
to get the stones.
I
Right.
guess.
I think that was a great tie they had in Endgame with Nebula for how like they found out where they were, the Avengers.
You know what? Actually, I just rewatched Endgame,
Mm.
and it's actually stupid because she could have, like, So all right, she starts freaking out, like, so that they have
Yeah.
like the stone,
Yeah.
like War Machine has a stone. He goes back to the present, and she like stays there because she's freaking out. But then she gets on a ship to go somewhere for no reason,
How do you know
and
it's
that's
real?
how she got captured.
No, they knew where she was anyway.
Right, but she could have just
No, she went to the
zipped at a
ship. She
time.
went to the ship to warn them. Remember, she goes on the walkie-talkie.
Warn
thing?
who?
She tries to like get in contact with someone. She just starts yelling their names. Remember, she's like, I forget who she was yelling the name of, but she's on that mic thing saying he knows and stuff like.
It was probably I guess. Oh, it was Black Widow.
Peter,
and-
it might be Peter Quill. No, it wasn't. He was
no,
dead.
it was
He
it was
dead,
it
yeah.
was it was Black Widow.
Oh, and Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah. Yeah, she said
But they were going to that planet, not theirs.
no, but she just was trying to warn them that he knew like about the stones.
Oh, I see.
Because she knew that Nebula could see everything she saw.
Right.
Because she remember.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing
right.
opened
That's
up?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And she said Clint. She said
Right.
Clint. She's like, or Barton. She's like Barton.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So okay. So WandaVision, not excited for that.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I
no
think both
idea.
of them are just not like it's not. They're not likable characters.
Right.
Who is WandaVision?
Vision
Well,
and
Wanda
Wanda is
and
Black-
Wanda, they just
Scarlet
didn't
Witch.
put-
Scarlet Witch.
I don't know why they put like an
It's just
ampersand
like a
there or
movie
something,
about
but
them.
Yeah.
it's about them. Yeah.
Why'd they call her?
Apparently, what I've heard is that ties a lot into Doctor Strange.
Why'd they say Witch and Vision?
How? I mean, like, I'm not a huge comic book guy, but like, I just don't care for those characters. Like,
Well,
Vision's
Vision's
sick,
cool.
but they
Like the-
they kind of just underpowered him for the most part.
The
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is like a magic user.
Right.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is, by the comics, correct. She's crazy strong.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah, she's on.
And so Vision has like a soul gem.
Well, there's a relationship there that they're exploring. Like, they're.
Okay, let's move on
Maybe I'll be
to.
more interested in.
So
after.
Loki and Hawkeye, nothing crazy. I mean,
I think Loki's actually the best looking.
one, yeah.
I mean, even like besides the logo, because Tom, what is it? Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's great.
Damn good. So
Very.
I think that's actually the most exciting. Hawkeye. I mean, that could. I don't know. I really don't know what that is going to be about.
I'm not gonna like it. I don't think.
You don't think so?
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be like an Arrow spin-off almost. Like,
Ugh. I
Yeah.
hope not.
well, because it's the same kind of character, just Marvel's doing it with more budget, I guess. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe cool fight scenes. Like, I think
Maybe.
the whole bow thing is pretty sweet.
See, is it going to talk about him at for 5 years when he was Ronin and kicking ass all over
That'd
the
be cool.
world, or is it
I'd like that.
what is it?
Right.
I don't know.
So there's potential.
We don't really know where a lot of them take place.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
the Loki one, aren't they saying that could be the Loki that stole the?
I think no, that's confirmed. It's like
Oh, it is?
2012 Loki.
2012
When he's-
Loki.
Yeah,
He
that
stole it.
timeline
That
that they
version of
made.
him. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be kind of cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, let's scroll down. Let's see what's next. So we got Falcon and Winter Soldier. That I might be interested in just because I like the guy playing Winter Soldier, Bucky. I forget his
Yeah.
name. Falcon.
I think the Falcon is so fucking lame. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's not a cool character.
At all.
It was cool Winter Soldier, like for a little bit.
A
For a little bit.
Yeah, but like it got a little old. Like then again, I really like the Endgame scene where he says on your left. Great scene.
Yeah, but yeah, that was
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Again, the character's cool, but like the fucking ability is so lame.
Yeah, he flies and stabs things with his wings.
Like he flies worse than Iron Man in a way because he's
It's like-
restricted by a wing.
It's like Black Widow with wings.
right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, then we got Doctor Strange, probably the most excited for that one.
Well, you missed over
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah.
That one I'm excited for. I can't wait for that one.
Doesn't the
That's-
legend thing look exactly like League of Legends?
Wow, you're right.
It looked the same thing. Like the G is like expanded a little bit. That's weird. Same font.
I'm very excited for that one because they did the Mandarin wrong in 3,
Yeah.
obviously.
So they're gonna call him the Mandarin still?
Yeah, it's like
Really?
the real Mandarin.
So they were faking as being like that guy, or no? It's a whole different. They just happened
No,
to be two Mandarins.
they use the Mandarin persona, but it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
real.
But that was the Mandarin they're referring to.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So it'll be a whole new like Mandarin. It's gonna be cool.
Multiverse of Madness. I mean,
And I think it's gonna be like a kung fu movie
I
too.
feel like we're gonna see some
Right.
really crazy stuff in the multiverse.
Oh, that's gonna blow my fucking mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
Doctor
Multiverse
Strange.
of Madness.
Yeah.
It's
a horror movie apparently too.
When I heard this
I heard that.
announced, I was fairly certain it's gonna be my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm a really big Thor fan,
Yeah.
but like watching Doctor Strange, the first movie, it's gonna be really hard for me like any movie to do that.
I think usually. I think with that character, they'll have a great second movie. I think the first
Right,
one was
right.
a lot towards
Right.
his backstory
Yeah,
and
it was
not a lot of
brief,
magic.
exactly.
Not a lot of magic,
Yeah.
but his character, and we still liked it, even though it wasn't
Right.
a lot of that.
Now
Now full-
post Endgame.
And she
it's
talks
gonna be
about,
fucking
remember
badass.
the
It's gonna be
ancient
whack.
one talks about he's the strongest one there ever
Yeah.
was?
Yes.
Like, I can't wait to see that.
It's gonna be insane.
There
better be
he knows
tons-
better than all of us. Is
Right.
what she said.
Yeah, there better be
Right.
tons of fighting in that. What if he's like fighting Iron Man and shit? Like,
Dude,
Who knows?
who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
What the hell? He's gonna be fighting things in an alternate
Oh, dude,
dimension.
Yeah, different universes.
yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
everything.
Could be Iron Man for another
And
universe.
again, like I said, somehow like that movie and the WandaVision series tie in.
Really, I don't like that.
I mean,
don't
if
think
you're gonna
any-
do it, I mean, you
I
might
mean,
as
like
well.
by tie-in, they probably just mean one kind of ends into the other with a few details, like post-credit
This
scene.
is
Like
my
how intertwined
this
could
is
it
what
be?
I think they're getting at. I think they're going to get at like that because right now she's not technically a mutant.
Right.
I think the whole point is just going to be establishing her as a mutant now that they have the rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to tie in with the multiverse. Like, so I'm wondering if like they're going to do like the mutants come over from another universe. You know what I mean? Because it would
Yeah.
be weird to like have all these mutants come up and they don't have their backstories.
Yeah.
Like Wolverine, for example, he's an old
Yeah, you
man,
can't have
so
him
like you
dead.
can't just have him appear suddenly. You know. That's my theory. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, so then we got Thor, Love. What is it? Love
Love
of
and
Thunder.
Thunder.
So that's supposed
That'll
to
be
be
great.
Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Back.
That, I mean,
Hopefully with a
crazy.
good director. It's the same guy. It's
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Waititi.
great name. My God.
Previous ratings of people of the Thor movies with Natalie Portman have not been great.
Well, yeah, because apparently the
All
directing was
dookie,
terrible.
but
Yeah.
Right.
They all suck, but like,
Right.
she's gonna be Thor.
I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of Natalie Portman. Huge fan.
I like
Oh
her.
yeah.
I like her.
Well,
And if they keep Chris Hemsworth, it's like the perfect combination.
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought before, though.
well.
Right?
So, getting to the comic books, apparently, like it's gonna be based off of Jason Aaron's run on Thor, which was when she got the hammer. She had cancer. She gets the hammer, and it's like a weird give and take where like if she would become Thor, it would like actually like clean out her body of like all the chemicals that was curing her of her cancer. So it's like a give and take kind of thing. And I wonder if I think they're gonna go that route because it's a really good story.
Oh, so the more she saves people, the more she's Thor, the more faster she dies?
Yeah, because like the cancer accelerates because
Wow.
there's no it gets rid of her chemotherapy.
Wow.
It was really cool, man. It was a really cool story.
Because the hammer is like
the hammer with like purifier, right?
So is Chris Hemsworth in this at all, or is it
Yes.
strictly okay?
No, yeah, it'll be like 2 Thors, and I think again going back, I think it's going to be the multiverse, another universe. Where
because
Thor.
he's with Guardians right now, Thor.
Right.
And there's no Guardians movie, so
Which
how
is-
is
now that's
how
interesting.
the
I want to
hell
talk
are they
about
doing
that.
that?
Guardians 3?
So
When is that coming?
I think what happened is that because everything that happened with James Gunn,
Oh,
think that-
No, he's
they
back.
just said but
he's
he
back, but I
wasn't
think
for a
that it
while.
delayed the entire movie because there was no writer, there was no director.
Mm-hmm.
So now that he's back, I think they're pushing it a little forward. I'm guessing that he's going to show up in Thor, like the Guardians, but I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, really weird. All right, so we'll see. I think it's gonna
We'll
be.
see, we'll see.
It's gonna be a weird 2021 of. Or
It is gonna be
2020,
weird.
2021 of Marvel.
It's going to be,
general?
honestly, like it's going to really depend on the success of the Disney Plus series. 'Cause
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think anybody thinks the movies are going to be bad.
So your second part.
Yeah.
Your second part. I know you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, well
extending
then,
from this.
so
I'm sure everyone's heard about this.
everybody's heard about this. So, Spider-Man's out, the MCU. Unbelievable, these idiots.
Well, for now, we don't know if they're gonna make a
For
deal.
now,
I'm sure they're gonna do something.
Yeah,
Could
yeah,
you-
right.
Could you explain to someone who is not caught up
Yeah,
exactly how they got how Spider-Man got removed from
Tom
the
Yeah,
Holland.
so pretty much, so that's the problem. There's a lot of conflicting reports, but right now I think the agreed upon thing is Disney wanted more of the cut from the Spider-Man movies, like the solo movies. At the time, I think the current contract says that they get 5% of the revenue.
They want 50 or something, right?
They want to split it 50-50.
It's a lot of.
That's
That's
a
big
lot.
difference,
It is a
yeah.
lot. Like it's hard to blame Sony completely,
Yeah.
but at the
5%,
same time, like,
50%
because
as
think
your-
about it, like, well, because Sony's whole point of view was that they made Spider-Man popular,
Mhm.
which is not true. They just made a movie based off of Spider-Man, and you can tell that's not true because they were. I don't know if you know this, but I think back in like 2000 or before the Spider-Man movie was made, they had the chance to buy everything that Marvel owned. They like all movie rights,
Yeah.
but they said no. They only wanted Spider-Man because they
Right.
knew that was already the popular. I mean, that's the
Main-
that's the Mickey Mouse to their whole franchise. It's Spider-Man. He's the head guy, so they already knew. But anyway, so they're saying that like they should have more rights to it, and you know Disney doesn't want to do that because why would they? You know, everybody likes Spider-Man. I think it broke $1 billion. Far
Did,
From Home.
yeah. Mhm.
So anyway, there's like so much that's not really out there yet about it that I guess it's hard to talk about. But pretty much, I think it's just a revenue issue.
1.1 billion.
I've even heard that there's like an issue with giving credit to Kevin Feige. Like they don't want to give him credit as a
Yeah.
producer.
Listen to this. It's crazy. $160 million budget results
For what?
for Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah.
Results in 1.1 billion.
That's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah, their
Now,
margins.
a lot of
are
times
not-
those budgets don't include marketing.
Oh really?
So double that, and then that's and then
Still,
do the difference.
tons
That's how
of
much money.
Yeah, it's a lot of profit.
Sony takes most of that.
What was Endgame? 2.7.
I think 2.7. Yeah,
I think it's at 2.8 now.
2.8.
Jeez.
It beat
Number one.
Titanic.
Yeah. Avatar.
I mean, now
Avatar.
obviously like
Avatar.
Avatar, sorry.
Yeah.
And if you can like consider inflation, I think it's actually still low. But
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, the point is like,
no, I think the Avatar one was including inflation.
was it?
Yeah, I think on the website where they have it posted,
Yeah.
it includes inflation.
That's
I
crazy.
think. I'm not 100% positive on that.
But it's a shame, man. It's like because I don't like. So let's say Sony gets the rights back. Like, what could they do with Spider-Man?
Nothing.
Remember last time they tried it? It
Let
sucked
it rock,
fucking
bro.
ass.
They're
I say
gonna
just
let
keep
rock.
it. Like, I mean, it's like even if you get fucked over with like the revenue split, like I feel like you're
He's
They're
gonna
doing
make
it
They're not doing the
more
movie, they're not
money
even
than
paying
you're
for the
gonna
budget.
make with having him in his own universe because it,
They'd
Yeah.
be-
it didn't
they'd be,
work.
Like doing it injustice to be
The
like,
only thing
yeah,
they did
let's
well was
take
the
it from them
Into
and
the
just
Spider-Verse.
Right.
not do it well.
Into the Spider-Verse was good.
And it sucks because like now all the fans are on Disney side, even though it's them that are kind of making this whole thing an issue.
Difficult.
But at the same time, it's like Sony's too incompetent to do anything right with the franchise. So
Do you think this is something they could fix with the proper deal? Like, to
Yes.
give them the
Yeah.
right percentage?
I think it'll
Yeah.
happen.
look, I think it's
Yeah.
a matter of time. I think it will get fixed. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it's just kind of crazy that it even came up. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm
Tom
hoping
Holland,
that
man.
I think they'll make it
Great actor.
some sort of deal because there's no way Sony thinks that they can make as much money as if he was in the MCU,
Yeah.
right?
There's no
No,
way.
not at all.
Not a chance.
They're just probably trying to play hardball and get a
I think they
better
just
deal.
and
Spi-
it makes sense.
Think
but
about how Spider-Man's been put up to, like, fill the shoes of a new superhero in the MCU.
Right.
He's
We
literally
have,
Iron Man.
we have a
It's like-
huge handful of massive veteran superheroes that have stepped down
right.
from being, like, the main star. And
Right.
now we have Spider-Man who's, like, perfectly stepping in to fill these shoes.
Right.
There's no chance.
It'd be weird. It's just like a weird thing.
Think about how much Marvel or Disney in general would lose by not continuing with that.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Again, it's like Sony that Sony's getting kind of fucked over pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't know. Like if like so what are we saying? Like 700 million profit for Sony from Far From Home. They'd have to split that, so they would have made 350 million.
Yeah, and they didn't really.
So
do
do
much.
do you think they could make a movie that would make more than 350? Like probably, right?
On top of marketing.
Well, but
No
that
way.
On top
takes
of
a lot
marketing?
Takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work, but like the thing is
They're
like
getting it for free.
that's at the end of the day, it's all about money. So if they think they can do a Spider-Man movie and not have to rely on splitting any of the revenue and then just kind of keeping all that, I mean that's what it's going to be about. I don't know. It sucks. It's a really sad thing because Tom Holland's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my
Spider-Man,
god, yeah,
best.
he's great. Definitely the best Spider-Man I've seen.
Yeah.
Because he's younger, he doesn't look like he's like 40.
Yeah, right.
Which is
Yeah.
actually going to lead into my next topic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at the top there, Sean, the third tab.
Yeah, I can't see that. I'm gonna have to pull it over here.
You're
Yeah,
fine.
sure,
So it's Ashleigh Murray, I think it is her name. She's on a TV show called, I think it's called Riverdale. So she's 31 years old and she's playing like a 16-year-old high school student.
Okay.
And I heard someone brought it up where, like a couple of weeks ago, I heard someone say that there's a lot of these actors that are a lot older playing young people, and it puts like a bad look for people who are actually her age and want to try to look like they're older, even though they're not that age. Like they're just trying to look like someone else, even though they shouldn't be. They should be just being themselves.
Right.
So I just thought it was crazy that someone's that much older than how they're portraying a character.
So is
Right.
this someone who's like recordly older than their casted character? Because like this happens a majority of the time.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's all the time.
Yeah.
It's not. That's just
Right.
an example. Like
Right,
there's like I think multiple people on that same show are actually a lot older than what they should be, or that they age on the show. So like
Right.
on the show they're 16, 17 years old, and she's 31.
Right.
So here, if I look at the cast, I'm just gonna pull up a random one, and we'll see how much the age difference is.
I mean, if you look at like the original Spider-Man movies, like it's the same thing where it's like
Yeah, this guy's 27.
these high school kids are on a bus and they're doing this tour and they look like they're 30.
Yeah, it looks
It's
weird.
like the
just
funniest
so
thing.
Weird. Why is that appealing to audiences though? Like, why did they think that's appealing to?
Well, it's
studios
more about
themselves?
it's more about getting an adult
Experienced
that can
actors?
like. There's so much to consider, like scheduling. Like, if you get somebody that's at that age, they still
Yeah.
have school to go
Also,
to. Like,
makeup's a hell of a thing.
makeup's
Oh.
a thing.
Like, that
computer
new-
graphics. I mean, we can make anybody look like anybody now.
Have you
It
seen
doesn't
the
matter.
New, that new Will Smith movie that's coming out where he's playing
young.
Right,
he's
yeah.
both characters, and there's a young version of him and
Right.
an older version
Crazy.
of him, and they did it with just CGI and
How
makeup.
about what they're doing with like dead people who like their movies
That's
coming
weird.
out when they're already dead? Like, so for Princess Leia, right?
Princess Leia,
They,
right?
They made her look the real person. It's
Right.
so weird. Who else they do it for?
They did it for
couple.
Tarkin in Rogue One.
Yep, in Rogue One they did it.
Yeah, and he's dead. Like they didn't even have like necessarily like a reference as in.
No, that
somebody
was just
playing
they
him.
decided to put him in the
Right.
movie, so they
It's
actually
like-
made a full.
It's weird,
fake
man.
version
What a
of him.
weird thing we can do.
Are they just using other
Sam
actors?
Jackson. Sam Jackson was young in Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, he was young, and he was also young in that.
I mean, you wouldn't even know that was like CG.
Right.
I mean, what the fuck,
It was
man?
incredible.
That's crazy
Weird how
what
they
you can
do
do.
stuff. I mean, it's funny when you go watch those clips of like movie highlights, and it's like this cringe green
Right.
screen thing of them just like dancing or something, and somehow in the movie it looks amazing.
Right.
perfect,
Yeah. I feel like actors' jobs are getting a lot easier, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I mean, actually, I think it's harder
Why?
because they don't have like the reference to.
Yeah, but they can fix them up however they want.
They can fix them up, but like if you ever seen like the old Attack of the Clones like cuts where
oh my god.
they're on Geonosis and they're like, yeah, just fucking swing your lightsaber, and it's just a bunch of idiots like swinging their lightsaber around and they fix it later.
That was
But it's
awesome.
like, how do you even like?
How do you fake act that?
How do you fake act that? Because
Yeah.
you don't even know what's coming at you.
It's true.
Maybe they just
Weird, man.
maybe they just record tons of time where they can just edit it into like you being able to do just about anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Weird times.
It's kind of like I was gonna bring it up as like a bigger topic, but I can like slide in here for now. But
Yeah.
like deep fakes.
Oh man.
With deep fakes taken off,
Yeah.
there's that mix of like you have a ton of people who potentially could be framed for saying or doing things that they weren't there to do,
Right.
and it's all started like
Oh, you're saying how like they're faking how someone's saying something?
no, it's both.
Yeah,
Video-
like,
video and
okay,
audio,
So like
yeah.
the video deepfakes that are coming out, like it's starting with like with porn and with politicians where they can literally crop someone's like a celebrity's face onto like just about anybody.
Oh yeah, make
And,
it look
and
like it's really
it's
them.
like
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
like perfectly photoshopped.
I'm surprised that hasn't been in the
Put into
news
video.
more. Like, not the problem of it, but them doing it in the news to make it seem
worse?
Yeah, make it
They
worse.
do a lot of times
I
like
don't know. I feel
Trump
like think
and
about it, you do it one time and you get caught for it.
Yeah, you're
You're
fucked.
screwed.
Your news station's pretty fucked. Yeah.
Right. As if telling lies on the news wasn't
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I see what
already
you're saying.
Yeah, I
bad
don't even
enough
watch
as
the
it
news.
is.
You guys watch the news at all?
No.
Nah, I'm not.
No, I don't really.
Yeah.
But like you also think it's like we have people on like there's this huge YouTuber, Dr. Illusions, Mr.
Oh yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
D Illusions.
Captain Disillusion.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, he's cool.
He does
I
a
like
great
it.
job at like breaking down how all these people do all these video tricks.
Right.
And like it's gonna take someone like him who's a trained professional to start being able to like tell the difference between
Right.
these deep
Then you need
fakes
the guys
and
who
real
see
people.
him do it and then start doing it because he's showing them how to do it.
Well, he doesn't
Well,
show them
Not
how
show,
to
I'm
do
saying
it,
like
but
they
he's
get the
more-
idea from watching him like explain
Sure.
it. So there's always those kind of people.
See, it gets scary when like it gets so good that like when do we start
When do you
telling?
know?
Because like I don't think it'd be too hard to fool a news station that
No, it's so easy.
Trump said
People
something
do
or
it all the
whatever, you know?
time.
Right.
Get on TMZ or something, celebrity. Like
Right.
said
Exactly.
something,
It would be easy. Like
yeah,
Be a joke.
with deepfakes, man.
for
That's
sure.
crazy.
I didn't even know what deepfakes was until you like kind of explained it
I
more.
mean, what a crazy idea.
It's literally just
that's
video
real.
processing that they distort people's faces, and they're doing it with voice now. Like there's people who are
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
collect a ton of audio files of certain people talking,
Everything's revolved around porn, guys. Remember?
and then the AI starts to be able to like catch the way they talk and the way they sound, and they can just you type in words and it will say them as they would.
That's
Right.
ridiculous.
It's wild. I mean, like at this point, the ones that I've heard so far, you can tell they're fake. They still sound slightly robotic, but you can also tell like the
If
voice
you
they're
weren't looking
trying
for
to
it though, if you weren't looking for it, I'm sure it's way harder to pick
be. Maybe
up on.
it's. I mean, the ones
No.
I've heard, I
It's
haven't heard
convincing,
anything.
man.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything perfect, but the ones I have had were like, oh, that's trying to sound like Elon Musk, but it's not quite there.
But have you watched a
Right.
video that without actually seeing, oh, this is a version of this, and you just watched a video
no,
and then
not
found
like
out later
not
that
totally not unknowing.
okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's a big deal
Yeah.
because you're kind of you're looking for something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That so the porn stuff. You said that's what it was for. People were doing
I
that.
mean,
as
I
it
think
started.
I would guess that that's where it kind of started.
Well, no, I was just saying because I had a conversation with someone the other day about how porn like drives every market.
You think so?
Oh, dude, like so the
I've
internet.
heard that for the military, but
So he,
You know?
the person was saying how for magazines, magazines really took off when pornos became a big deal, like when Playboy became a big
you're
deal.
actually right about this. Yeah,
The
you're right.
internet became
Internet,
huge when porn was being able to watch on a TV or on a screen, like personal. It's like actual video of watching porn.
Right.
So it was kind of
What a
interesting
crazy
topic,
idea.
right?
So maybe it's changing like media's direction in that sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
So the media
people
direction
like-
is always driven by
So I was
porn.
gonna say I wouldn't say every market because you know.
No,
like,
not every market. I mean, I meant media. Like,
Right.
Yeah. Weird stuff, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, we talked about it the other day about the whole cousin thing.
Oh, yeah. I gotta know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
What?
this is crazy
It's like,
stuff.
what is up with incest porn? I don't
Oh.
get it.
I think it's just that
What a
taboo-
fucking crazy thing that's taken
So,
over
like, I can-
everything.
let me say this from like I'm an only child, right? No siblings.
Right, so you don't have a horse in this race.
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And still in that position, it doesn't
So
turn
weird.
me on.
Right. It's
It's
so
like
bizarre.
It's like, I can
the weird
understand the
part-
taboo because like I would guess
Taboo is
people
the
with-
key word,
People
though.
with siblings have probably thought about it at
that's
one point in
gross.
time.
right.
Who
well,
knows?
Well,
I'm not in their shoes to say so, but like I feel like it's crossed their mind, and then they can watch something. Which
I
like,
mean-
how many of those do you really think are brothers and actual sisters?
no, none of them are. But
None.
it's weird
Really
to
weird.
make
maybe
it a point.
maybe like those fucking super rare fucking weird ones where it's like just a homemade video, and it's like, all right, you guys are crossed.
Yeah, right.
It's all
yeah.
weird. No, the weird thing for me is though that there's so much like if you're ever on a porn site,
It's taking
It's
over.
all over.
It's
It's
taking
everywhere,
over.
dude.
It's
It's
everywhere.
so weird.
The mom and son thing, the dad and daughter.
Oh my God,
dude,
I
it's
hate it.
literally
I
it's just
hate
the whole thing is just being taken
Are you
over.
kidding
by
me?
it.
I like why can't like do just anonymous people have sex anymore?
Yeah, I don't
It's
get it.
fucking
Can't it just
annoying.
be some dude and some chick?
Right. It's
Or
weird.
some dude and some dude. Doesn't even have to be straight
Right.
porn. I don't give
right.
a shit. Just
Well,
stop making it your brother
it's
and your
bizarre.
sister.
It's bizarre.
All right.
And they always make a big deal of it too, man.
What in like the dialogue?
Right, in the dialogue, it's like, oh, yeah, right.
Hey, bro.
Right.
Yeah, you
It's always like the parents are stepping out,
You're
like,
fucking
right.
Bro, yeah.
Like, hey, me and the wife, leaving. stepping out, right? And just to clarify,
Don't
like,
do anything stupid.
right, yeah, right, yeah, don't do anything crazy, you
Shut the
kids,
fuck up.
right? Even though you're not related technically, because again,
Yeah.
I married your mother, but I'm not your father, lady. Like, you know what I mean? There was,
I'm your mother's brother's dog's.
yeah, right.
dad.
It's like, what the fuck, man? Weird.
Whatever
Yeah,
gets
weird
people
stuff.
off, they're trying to.
We
make
gotta get somebody on who can explain this.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we definitely have
porn
to
star?
get some kind of porn star. Like,
Yeah.
a knowledgeable porn star. We
A
can't
knowl-
just
yeah.
get some like average.
We
fucking
could get an amateur porn star.
stars
We don't-
who's
we
got,
don't do
like-
amateurs in
She's
this
like,
way.
yeah, I can tell you about
A
my
porn
story."
director, right?
Porn
Oh.
director, that's a good one.
They're probably really fucked up, to be honest.
They're the brains behind
I mean, well, yeah,
the whole project.
yeah.
Wow, that's
Right,
the Kevin
And the
Feige.
writers, like,
Right.
the Kevin Feige.
The Kevin
right.
Feige, the
Right.
porn.
Right. The Pornhub cinematic universe.
Nice.
Let's get it done.
Do you guys ever see on Snapchat those like news things that are really annoying? You like they have ads and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
On
Sure.
what?
On Snapchat, there's like a
Snapchat.
bunch of ads and like you
Oh, I
skip, and
don't
then there's
even-
news. You have to like, oh, you see something interesting, you try to
Yeah.
get to it, and there's just tons of ads.
I've clicked or like gone through on maybe 3 links from Snapchat, and every
Same
single
thing.
website is like a 3 paragraphs. Click for the
Skip.
next page.
Yeah, next
3
page,
paragraphs.
next page.
I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking pay you guys. Like,
So-
no way. Just give it to me all in one spot.
So I
Like,
saw one. It was
stop milking me for money.
I saw an
Right.
NBA player who was caught sneaking weed onto a plane, and
Mhm.
he snuck his weed into a water bottle. You're not supposed to bring water bottles on a plane,
Right.
so he pretty much just put contraband into contraband.
Right.
How dumb can you be?
Right.
I was cracking up. I saw this. I'm like, I can't even.
Yeah, they'll never find this weed if they have to look for the water.
was it one of those fake safe ones where like you unscrew
No,
it? Or was
no,
it a
it was
literal
like a
water
literal
bottle?
water bottle, I
Like an
think,
empty
yeah.
plastic water
Pretty sure
bottle.
it was a regular water bottle.
Why
I
can't you
can
bring
double
an
check
empty
that, but
plastic water bottle on?
Because they don't allow you to bring liquids on.
I,
Right,
Yeah,
there's
so
no
I think
liquid,
you can
it's
bring
an
the
empty
empty
water bottle.
plastic water bottle, but why would you have a plastic water bottle for your weed? It's still stupid.
Dude, it had to have been one of those safe ones. You know, you get them from like
It must have been
a
like a
shop.
canteen or
right,
something.
Right, you like unscrew them and
Yeah.
like a secret
Yeah,
compartment.
right.
It just looks like a water bottle.
Right.
It was probably one of those.
Let me do some more research on that. I'll get back
Kid's
to you.
still fucking dumb.
Yes.
Why would you think that like, bro, just like hide it in something else?
Right.
Put it in your sunglasses case.
Anything.
Anything.
Anything
Anything that's
else.
not a fucking water bottle.
So
Even if you put it in your carry-on, would they even find it? Like when it goes through the passing?
No, a friend of mine just came back from a European country and had weed in his bag, and they didn't even find it. He had seeds.
Right.
They don't fucking check. They're
Yeah.
looking for bombs and knives.
have you guys seen Harold and Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay?
A long time ago, yeah.
I love that scene on the plane where he's like, "It's a bong. It's a
Yeah,
bong."
right,
Yeah, it's a bomb.
Right, yeah,
The girl's like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
She's like freaking out.
You know the TSA is bullshit, right?
How's
In
that?
what way?
Like they fucking suck. They don't find anything.
Really? You think they still?
No,
suck?
there's a real report about this.
Oh,
Like,
really?
So the government, they sent out like they were supposed to find these like bombs.
Right.
Not a single person
Bomb was
found them.
found?
Like in multiple airports.
Oh,
Wow,
yikes.
that's not good.
The TSA is pretty much just like the illusion of safety.
So what about all that extra shit that came from 9/11? That
Yeah.
was all bullshit.
That was-
that was illusion. Is that
It
your
was
saying?
all supposed to be like to find bombs. It doesn't work.
right.
All it is just it makes everything worse.
So I mean,
I'm not saying there shouldn't be anything like a
Yeah,
security, but
obviously,
I'm
yeah.
saying like it's very
if
ineffective.
someone's gonna do that, I feel like they wouldn't just sneak it right into a security checkpoint and
Right.
put it into a scanner.
Right,
to
like,
see
you
if there are
can't
bombs
Take
in there.
precautions.
Right.
You would take some kind of precautions.
Sometimes these security people have to start thinking like the bad guys in the sense of
Mhm.
like they have to learn how they're gonna do it and think it's
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely.
Yeah, like it's the same thing with cybersecurity. It's pretty
Right.
much the cybersecurity people who work for the companies purposely hack the companies to try to show them how to fix it, right?
Right.
Correct?
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
They
that's,
should be
that's
thinking
currently,
like that for like bomb threats, terrorists, and stuff.
Yeah. As
Right.
someone who's majoring in cybersecurity, that's like pretty much the main way that people are like finding flaws. Is like you just hack someone's
yeah,
company and
it's
you're
you
like,
hack
hey,
it.
bro, I can
That
just
happened to us
release all
at
this
North,
information
didn't it?
unless you want to pay me some money or
Oh
give
yeah,
me
it
a
did.
job.
At our
That
school, I
was
mean.
us.
North,
Well, not
they don't
in
know
you.
what that
yeah,
means.
right. Our high school.
I know, right?
Yeah, so our high school, someone hacked into the system and found out all the teachers' wages, I believe. And
Yeah.
They did a lot of shit. They
yeah,
actually
they had access to changing the wages.
they changed
Something like that.
tons of lunch prices so that people's accounts had tons of money in them and they never had to worry about buying lunch anymore.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
They also were into the grading system and were able to flip people's grades.
Yeah, and apparently, I think they actually went to the school and told them about the
They did.
issue, and
Well,
I think they
I
still got
think-
suspended,
Right. They definitely
which is
did.
kind of fucked up to me.
It is super fun.
No, they didn't get suspended.
You sure
Oh
about
no,
that?
I was
I
part of
think-
that.
Oh,
did-
you?
he
Oh
got-
yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, it was
okay.
me, Brandon, and
Oh, this guy was part of
a
that.
few others. Yeah,
Right.
we did that. Yeah.
He
was
got
fun.
he got
That's
caught
fun.
and in order to not get in trouble.
Was it Brandon who
Told
did
him
it?
how
No,
to
it
Right?
was he got. So they went to the principal.
Yeah.
Trying not to use names, and they told him they all told him. So I was involved, as in I was just kind of there when it all happened.
Oh, okay.
But I was
like in
watching
class
them do
with
it
them and
and
stuff. Yeah,
all
because
that
you had
kind
the
of
tech classes.
Yeah, right. So I didn't really do much of it, but I was there, and
Who was it mainly? Brandon and who? Alex.
I don't even remember.
Was Alex
I don't
involved or
remember.
no?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes.
No last names, boys.
Yeah, right. Anyway, but they were all involved, and I know that they got in. We all gave ourselves money in the for.
Oh, you
lunch.
got money too?
Yeah, I
For
did.
lunch.
I didn't pay for lunch for probably the rest of that year.
Oh my god, that's
And
hilarious.
yeah, but they went to him, and he got a letter of not approval, but letter of recommendation from the superintendent
Oh,
of,
really?
of our district.
Shit.
Yeah, no, it actually worked out for him. And
After
they
stealing a lot of
told him,
money.
if you actually go back to high school, they built a room that hosts all their servers now.
Oh, right.
Oh, we
I know
were
what
there
that
when
is.
it was our last
Yeah.
year when it started
Yep.
being built next to
Yeah.
Doan's room.
Yeah,
Yep.
because they're so fucking paranoid about it now.
Yeah, apparently they still have issues though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. So,
School security is a hard thing, isn't it? Really tough.
I mean I don't think they
it's the
expect
same
anybody
as-
to ever really give a
It's the
shit.
same as any
We got into the
business.
cameras. I don't know if you remember that. We got into the cameras. So
Oh yeah.
there was like a food fight that was starting, so we turned all of them, so nobody got caught.
Oh, I remember the food. That was your,
Ah.
that was your senior prank, wasn't it?
It was
Technically.
theirs because they were two grades over
Oh,
me.
Okay.
Right.
So we got into the cameras, and then they were able to shift them.
Damn.
That's
They moved
so
the cameras,
funny.
so like they were all just looking at walls.
I think
and
a
stuff.
couple people still got like 45 days.
I think
Like
a
the ones
few-
who
'cause,
actually
there
got
was,
caught
like,
invisible
right, exactly,
eye. Yeah.
exactly. But
But you're just stupid if you
Right.
did that. So
good times, man.
we've had some cool. I've heard some cool senior pranks from our school. Have you
Yeah.
guys heard any of
I
the
heard that
rumors?
they moved a cow to the third
Yeah,
floor and they had
yeah.
to kill the cow because
Right.
apparently cows can't walk downstairs.
Yeah, apparently they'll fall or some shit.
That's a crazy one. Another one that I
the
heard.
pig one. You heard that one?
Okay, yeah. There's the
Sounds
pig
good.
one where like you only put in 2 pigs and you just label them 1 and 3, so they
Yeah.
spend the whole time
Looking
looking
for
for the
two.
second.
Oh yeah.
That whole search has got to be done in an hour or two, right?
Right.
I've heard of them having to put a mattress, like a full-size mattress,
pool.
in the pool, and it absorbs so much water that it's impossible to lift out without a crane.
Yeah,
What?
I heard
Like a
this as well. I heard
full-functioning,
this.
like I'm not talking like a building
'Cause
level.
you
pool
have to,
right.
you have to
crane,
drain
but,
the
like,
pool, and then I guess you have to drain the pool
Yeah,
first.
they
Wow,
drain
it
the
gets
whole
that
pool.
heavy.
Yeah,
Fuck.
absurdly heavy.
Can you just wait for it to dry, or that doesn't happen?
I mean, if you want to wait a week and a half of just
Yeah, right.
sitting there not having the pool be used.
Okay.
Right.
sure. Yeah, good
That's
point.
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. I didn't think you wouldn't think they'd get that heavy, but apparently
Oh,
they're
dumb-
it's
Yeah,
like
right.
a ton.
One of the dumb ones was that someone like posted the school on Craigslist or something and like put up like a sign and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so stupid.
This happened with you.
Like, how is that funny? It said like the cost of it was like 2014 or 15 the
Like
year of their,
Craigslist.
Yeah.
their graduation.
Who the fuck is going on Craigslist to
I
buy
don't
a
know
school?
why.
It's just
why was
stupid. It's not funny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not funny,
Like, what
yeah.
kind of pranks?
I know,
are
right.
they posted on Craigslist?
Right.
Like,
And some
oh.
people like putting balloons in trees. Like,
They're
dude,
gonna buy
nice. I don't think we had
Dude,
stink
do a
bombs,
real one.
except for like stink
Uh,
bombs.
I don't
and shit.
remember.
Stink bombs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think
lame.
ours are just stink.
I remember it's the football field.
Oh, right.
I said last name. Well,
Rip.
We'll bleep it
East
out.
I was bleeped
We'll-
the part
Yeah.
twice.
Have fun finding
Okay,
us.
well, stop saying it. We'll bleep it out. Or put somebody else's name.
Yeah.
We'll put Washington.
Sammy, fuck.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Just
was.
take the clip of me saying fuck there and just put it in each spot. So
He
it's just
tore his
screaming.
testicles. I heard he tore his
I did,
scrotum.
I heard that. And his name on Xbox was I'm not.
Oh,
Scrotum
shit.
something, scrotum
Chase ran
Why,
across,
why are
didn't
we
he?
giving people's info away?
I didn't say the
It's
full
his
thing. I
game
said
report.
scrotum.
It's a fucking
It was
game
scrotum
report.
something.
They can
Who
apply
knows? He
it
could
on
be
Xbox.
attached. He could be like he could identify with his gamer tag.
You know it's not. You know it's not
Scrotum.
attached anymore.
His scrotum.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
How many times can we say scrotum in one
Oh, and
podcast?
fucking Chase ran across too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I think that was also for a football game.
What idiots.
He didn't get caught. He was quick.
He's quick.
A lot faster than I
kid.
thought he'd be.
Big kid,
Hell
he's
yeah.
very quick.
Good for him.
I wanted to get into my next topic.
Yeah, you want
This
to
is
move
really
on?
deep to my heart.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
Very close to my
Little
work.
just came up and
There
was
we
like,
go.
bro, I'm passionate.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Yeah.
passionate.
One second before you
What's
go.
up?
This is always a law that I was looking at. So I'll pull
We got a
it up.
law here that Sean is bringing up for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
I was always looking at this right here.
You heard
Let me
some-
switch over here. This right there.
It's still on the Montana law that if a student rides a horse to school to the school, the principal has to feed, water, and walk your horse.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
6 of our seniors are aware of this law on their last day of school ever. I think we might be rednecks.
They brought like a bunch of horses, so they have to
their
feed them.
Their senior prank was they rode horses to school,
Right.
which
And left
then,
them?
by law,
The
school
principal has to
forced
take care of them.
for the
Jesus.
entire day.
That sucks.
That's funny.
That's
shit.
good. That's good.
That's
We got to
it,
get a
right?
list of like weird laws. You know, there's definitely tons of them.
There's so many.
There's so many
bullshit
stupid
There's one I
weird
know.
laws.
This is a real one in Pennsylvania where you have to if you see like I think they describe it as like a rickety horse, whatever the fuck that means. if it's coming towards you and you're in a vehicle, you're supposed to pull over to the side of the road and disassemble your vehicle while the horse passes. I mean, what the fuck could that even be?
Bro, what?
But like, it's got to be like okay, I guess like back then there
Take
was
your
wagons and
tires
shit.
off.
But like,
Even then, how do they want you to disassemble the whole thing? Right
I don't
on the
know.
side
It's
of the
like
road?
weird. It's like if
Until
there's a
it
skittish
passes.
horse. If there's a
You
skittish
You
horse,
let it pass and then you put it all back together.
you're supposed to disassemble it.
I just saw something. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was something like you had to like pull all the way off the road and like totally cover your thing. Like you had to
Maybe that's what it
cover
is.
the shit.
Right. Yeah.
Cover your
Like
corners.
covering it or something.
Okay.
What an annoying thing. But like, and it's
We
funny
need,
because
we need Sean
they
to get
just
a mic, dude. This is
yeah. We need to get Sean a
yeah.
mic.
Sean, he'll have a
we
mic
do.
next episode. We
Yeah.
just gotta get another USB extender.
It's
Gonna
a
struggle.
weird thing because like they would I guess it was like it makes sense back then. Like
All
when
right.
everybody's horse and buggy and shit.
Back to my.
Oh
passion topic.
Jesus Christ! All right.
All right, so
I've actually all right. Sorry. Go ahead.
you're gonna see a
Okay.
picture on the screen in a sec. Our great producer Sean is gonna pull up for you. Oh no, on the bottom is it see the picture like it's
The download
yeah
link.
the download one yeah. It's that nice. Yeah, there you go. So see that bad boy right there? That is a spotted lanternfly. Boys, are you all well educated about the spotted
No,
lanternfly?
could you fill me in?
All right.
Okay, so at my
We've
work,
never talked about these things.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried. I think I held off on it so I get to
He did
discuss
it
them.
intentionally
Yeah,
for
on the
you.
podcast. So at my work, we see a lot of these. They're from Southeast Asia, I believe. They are an invasive species that has no predators. Okay, and they eat plants and trees, and every year they lay hundreds of eggs each, but they die off in the winter. So whichever ones are alive, all die, but their eggs survive the winter where they have hundreds of babies. So it's important to kill them. But in my area, we have, like, I've seen like 20, 30 of them in the past like week or something. So I see them outside all the time. I'm always killing them. And it's crazy. The people at my work, all the managers and owners had to take a Penn State course on these spotted lanternflies to be permitted to kill them and also to be able to call the cops, the bug police, whenever they spot them, if they spot a horde of them,
What?
to come and kill these things.
Is there a proper technique you have to kill them?
No, but
with?
they seem to be adapting to the foot. So if you
Oh.
try to step on them, they actually do a little flip. It's crazy. They do this weird fly flip. And the reason I figured that it's the foot that they're adapting to is because I tried stepping on him, flipped, dodged, tried again, flipped, dodged. Then we had a car pulling out of our showroom, and it was on the ground, didn't move, just ran it right over. I was like, what the fuck? So it didn't even try to move from the car, even though the car was going so slow.
Right.
It just slowly went over it, didn't move muscle, and just died.
How big are these things?
They're decently large for a bug that dies every winter and
They're like the
grows.
size like a $50.
They're like the huge horseflies outside, but a little
Really?
bigger, yeah. And
Damn.
they fly very slowly, and they start out with no wings, like pretty long. They have no
They
wings.
look like fucked up ladybugs, right?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
And they start laying their eggs in October, so you have to start killing all the females. And the eggs they lay,
They lay in
it's a
October, don't
paste.
They don't die from the cold,
No, they die after. They lay the eggs in October, and then they die after in the winter.
and the eggs live in.
The eggs have like a weird coating on them that it's like a paste on the trees and stuff. They can put anywhere.
Shit.
You have to scrape it off to kill them. You can watch YouTube videos about it. People actually go and scrape off.
A little bit of a size.
Yeah, they're pretty cool actually. They're like pretty elegant bugs for how disgusting. And if you look up spotted lanternfly New York.
New York.
Yeah, you'll see a tree with tons of them. This is how bad it gets.
This right here.
Huh? Yeah, that's it. See that tree?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Those
So
eggs?
those are the bugs.
The
Those are not
white
eggs.
things are the-
No, the
the
whole
white
tree
things.
is them.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Holy
see from there.
shit.
Yeah,
What?
they're really invasive species. Because again, if you're laying 100 eggs from one of them,
I can't.
I just thought it was so at first it started off as a joke. Like the managers, they literally kept them in tins. I don't know why, but
That is fucking disgusting.
so it started off as like a big joke, and then I turned out it was real, and they actually take
Jesus
classes
Christ.
on them. So there's a certificate. I have a picture of. I'll bring it up next time on the podcast. Maybe I'll show you of an actual certificate from a Penn State course with the
Wow.
code of the course
It's fully like
on
approved.
spotted lanternflies.
Damn.
I've never seen them. I haven't seen a
They're,
single
it's
one.
weird. You'll see some there's only, I think the only thing that I don't think they're in Philly that much yet. Like they kind of move areas.
You're right.
Where
So
are you
my
saying-
area is very bad. So they.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any.
I've
here.
seen at least 100.
Here.
Not I've seen like maybe 2 or
Or
3
at the
here.
dealership.
At the
Oh,
dealership,
okay.
they're all over the wall sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
Yeah. And we
So-
get like bee spray and just
And
spray
you were
it.
saying for your county that every business owner.
Every
has to get
business
them?
owner, yeah,
In the entire county.
in the whole county.
Do you know how much it costed you guys?
I don't think we had paid for it. I think it was like the
it's just
county
like-
paid for like the
Oh,
classes.
cool.
It was like online classes for all the managers. They
Nice.
all had certificates, like from my controller, my GM, my owner, sales managers, all that kind of
Wow.
stuff. Yeah,
It's pretty crazy.
weird, right?
That's fucking nuts.
So I have one guy at work who's hilarious, one of the managers. Every time we spot one, he like goes up running, like it's crazy. So weird bugs though. They're
I've never seen these fuckers.
it's
No,
scary
me
though.
neither.
Like they actually are a threatening species.
Yeah,
so.
the only thing I've heard is that they're like fucking up crops. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yep, they're fucking up crops, and there's nothing that kills them. So
Wow.
except for us, my feet.
So wait, so East Asia, you said, right? Do
I
they
think
have
Southeast Asia,
Southeast?
something like that. Let me see.
Is
where
there
they're from.
natural predators over there for these?
I don't.
things?
I don't think. I guess my assumption is how they came here. Maybe someone traveled here in the eggs because they survive winter. I'm sure they can survive a flight.
Fucking humans, man.
Yeah.
We're their natural
Idiots.
predator.
We're idiots.
Time to light them on fire.
And also the Amazon's burning down now. It's like
Oh, right. Amazon's been on fire for 3 weeks.
3 weeks, man.
That's
Fuck.
too long.
Spotted lanternfly is native in China and present in Southeast Asia. It was first reported in South Korea in 2006 and rapidly spread to different parts of the country. Spotted lanternfly feeds on a variety of host plants, including fruit trees, ornamental trees, woody trees, and vines.
No natural predators at all anywhere.
Oh look! Oh my God! Look at this Pennsylvania heat map. Holy crap!
It's like pretty much all focused down here.
Sean, look up
Towards
spotted
our area.
lanternfly, Pennsylvania.
It's
You'll
really
see
like
on,
all right outside of
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
it's right where our area is. Holy crap! I didn't see that. Dude, new developments every day on these things. I don't think they hurt you though. Like they don't bite.
Yeah, no, I don't think they bite or anything.
It's just such a weird bug, and they look so cool.
Do they give any type of like benefit to the environment?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
Are
think
they
so.
like
Anything.
mosquitoes and they just only are negative benefits?
Yeah.
Just kill them.
I think they're trying to kill all mosquitoes, right?
Yeah, I heard they're trying to do some kind of research on killing mosquitoes, like
Yeah.
putting
A
something,
little bit.
like purposely putting mosquitoes out that
Oh,
can't have babies, so they can't reproduce.
fuck me.
Yeah, it's just down by us.
Wow,
I'm getting a phone call.
that's crazy.
It's bad, man.
That's Department of Agriculture too. So
Yeah, right.
serious stuff.
Oh god,
Yeah.
it sucks.
I know.
I hate bugs so much, man.
Everyone
that
here,
was 2014 to 2017.
everyone hates spiders, right? And it's gotten worse, like way worse.
Yeah.
Not really. Spiders.
I don't
No,
really
you
care
don't
about
hate
spiders.
I
I mean,
mean,
like,
about spiders, they're good. They'll
Oh, yeah,
kill other
definitely.
bugs
if
for you.
I see them in a place where I'm not expecting them, they'll startle me.
Right.
But
If
I'm
they
not-
stay in the
I'm
dark
not, like-
corners that I'm never gonna be in.
So for me, my worst experience with spiders, there was a spider in my pool, and it was like huge, and
Right.
I hit it with I tried getting it with the net, and all of a sudden, thousands of babies just fell out of it. Like, oh my
Ugh.
God, the whole pool was just babies. It was
Yep,
crazy.
I've seen
So
that
I wasn't a fan of that. Also at work when I'm going through like lines of cars, sometimes webs are just like, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, spider webs are a pain in the ass.
they run through them, just
Really?
webs all in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
face and
Spider
shit.
webs in particular are like
It's-
so uncomfortable. to
worst
just
feelings,
walk
isn't it?
into.
It's like weird because you'll just walk and it's like you just feel something, but you
You're
can't
like,
grab
Right.
it.
It's like hair,
You
but like
can't-
worse.
Yes,
Right.
it's like a hair that you
It's like,
grab
what
and
the
you're like,
fuck?
oh, it didn't
Like,
come off.
Get the
Sick.
fuck off of me, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Not fun. Not
Spider
fun.
webs. Again, but it's like they're beneficial.
Right? They catch
Oh.
other shit
They
bugs.
Definitely.
catch other shit bugs for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of the hacker stuff we're talking about, like MagFest, different cons, Comic-Con, there's a thing called HackerCon. Do you know about that?
Oh yeah, I do in Las Vegas.
Isn't that crazy that they're like
I know.
able to host something about hacking?
Yeah, that's
I feel
crazy.
like it's a little
Probably
messed
just,
up.
it's probably just like an employment.
They do
thing.
like they
They're
actually do
looking
like
for-
crazy fucking They do
Right,
like
they're-
hackathons
right,
and all
right.
that.
They're looking for like people who are good and they can.
Oh
offer
yeah,
jobs.
no, oh yeah.
That's what they're there.
No, I know a lot of government agencies go there.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, really?
Yep, they
yeah,
do.
when I was at
That's cool.
Penn State, they have hackathon there.
Right.
What the?
Hack PSU.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Hack PSU.
I feel like it just promotes hacking.
It does.
It
That's
does.
The
They
whole
want-
point.
they wanna-
They want hackers.
They'd rather hire every hacker in the world than have them on the streets
Right.
It's true.
hacking their shit. You know,
Yeah. Those lanternflies.
People are gonna do it
man.
anyway,
Those
so-
lanternflies
Right.
scare me.
never seen them.
Wow.
Me neither.
You got to capture one. Bring it on the podcast.
What's up,
Okay.
son?
Amazon fire's large.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Oh,
Amazon
yeah,
fire.
it's been burning for 3 weeks.
The forest. We're talking about the forest.
The
here.
forest,
There's
right.
no Amazon factories on
Everyone's
fire.
roasting. Everyone's roasting the news about it. They're like, "Why haven't I heard about the?"
Right,
Amazon?" It's
right.
pretty
We should be
crazy.
talking about things that, like the largest ecosystem in the world being on fire.
Yeah.
How much of it has burned down so far?
I don't know percentage-wise. I have
Hopefully
no
not a
idea.
lot.
Imagine how much damage.
Sean's
yeah,
got us.
imagine how much
Sean's in the
damage
case.
3 weeks of fire can
Sean in the
do.
case. 83%. That marks an 83% highest number.
So far this year, almost 73,000 fires have been detected by Brazil's Space Research Center.
That's a lot of fire.
You can see the smoke from space.
83% increase from 2018.
Your
forest
fires.
fires.
Crazy.
This is from CNET, by the way.
Look at that.
The fires are largely linked to people clearing out the land for farming or ranching. Yeah, it's deforestation, dude.
Look at that.
You
Look at
ever,
that picture.
you ever seen the deforestation pictures of just like massive mile by
Yeah.
mile squares of lumber being just sawed out?
What is that?
Whoa!
Yeah, play that for us. There was a worldwide outcry when the Notre Dame Cathedral was on fire. Why is there
Look at
not the
that.
same level of outrage for the fires destroying the Amazon forest?
Dude,
That's
I
what
love
that's
the
telling
animals too. Like the animals there, those kind of things.
It's mainly,
Cool
I mean,
stuff.
like, I wouldn't even argue that it's a lot of animals. There's a lot of bugs.
Well, yeah.
That's where all the, like, biodiversity comes
Right.
from.
I don't fuck with bugs though.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of different kind of bugs that we've, like, never seen before.
Right.
There's, like, research every single year where they're, like, finding things we've never known existed until,
Right.
like, this year. It's like, how is it possible?
I've also heard that like bugs like around the world are just on the decline, which
Yes.
is could have
Bees
catastrophic.
specifically, too. Yep.
bees. Oof.
Bees, yeah, bees bad.
Bees are huge.
We need
Yeah.
bees.
We need the bees, man.
Butterflies,
You
dude.
want
I
a
saw
Sprite?
I saw a
I mean,
butterfly.
Yeah.
Drink
Oh,
with
jeez.
carbonation.
The lemon lime carbonated drink.
I saw
Jesus
I saw a
Christ.
butterfly the other day, like off my back patio.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen butterfly in probably a good month or two. Now, mind you, I'm not outside. I'm not outside all
Right.
the time.
You're not a butterfly watcher.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like
Oh,
you should at least see them every now and then if you got flowers
Right.
around.
Didn't you guys used to see a lot of chipmunks around too?
No?
Chipmunks.
When we were younger, you never saw like chipmunks.
Like Chip and Dale on
No.
TV, maybe, but
Groundhogs, maybe.
No, like I'm saying like chipmunks. Like back,
The only time I had
you
seen
never-
Not
chipmunks,
really, no.
the only time
Like,
I've
you were
seen
younger, you didn't see
chipmunks
chipmunks like
is
running
on
around?
Penn State campus.
Dude, I
There's
used to see-
chipmunks
I
on
used
Penn
to see
State
chipmunks
campus.
all
But
the
that's
time.
it.
Dude, I see them all the time.
Okay.
Really?
Now
Chip-
they're not. I don't
chipmunks?
see them anywhere. Yes, chipmunks, dude.
that'd be cool to see.
They're not like a rare like thing. Like they look like normal. Like
I know what a fucking chipmunk
well, it
looks
doesn't
like. I'm
sound
telling
like
you,
it.
I've never really
You've
seen
never
them.
seen a chipmunk?
I've
Oh
seen
my
them, but
God.
like not like you're making it sound like they're as popular as squirrels.
Yeah.
They were. I've seen them a lot when I was younger. Like I used to see them all the time. I swear to God.
Are you sure you're not just looking at baby squirrels?
I'm almost
Were you
positive.
knowledgeable enough then to know that they were chipmunks?
I hope so.
I
think
mean, I
can tell
don't.
the difference between a
I don't know
squirrel
why
and
you'd
a chipmunk.
lie. Like,
Right,
Yeah.
right. But like as a
so.
little kid, I feel like if I were identifying an animal, there's a 50-50 chance if I'm right or not.
I feel like
Right.
kids are pretty good with
Well,
animals.
look at all these
I feel-
geese,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just a dumbass little kid.
I feel like
you
kids
know?
are pretty good with animals though. The first thing you learn is like cow sounds, dude. Like, come on.
Right.
Farm animals.
Farm animals, yeah. I got kicked by a horse at a farm once.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I'd heard it like a motherfucker.
Where did you
You
get
ever
hit?
seen
I
that?
was like, it was like those pony rides when I was a kid.
Right.
By the way, I was a big kid. I'm still a big person now, but so the fucking farmer, fuck him. He was like, yeah, all right, you gotta like we gotta wait for like the bigger horse to come through because you're a big kid. I'm like, all right, well,
fuck
shut the
dickhead.
fuck up.
Oh, that's fucked up, dude.
So
Sock him in the face.
I'm waiting. I'm like this fucking kid. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm waiting for this dumb horse to come around. So I wander into like, so if you met there in like a corral, so I walk in and the farmer doesn't do anything about it. My dad, I don't even know what he's doing, and then they say you're not supposed to get behind horses. So it's coming around, and
You
then,
got
like,
behind the horse.
Yeah, I got behind the horse. Yeah. And I'm just looking. I guess I'm looking at its ass. I don't even know what I was doing, and then
It's looking at
just
its
kicks
penis.
back. Poof. I went flying. And, ugh. Oh, it hurt, man. I'll never forget that.
How far
It
back
hurt.
do you think you
I
fell?
probably went back like at least 5 feet.
Are you scarred from
Jesus.
horses?
Not really.
It
It
kicked you
was
like right in the chest?
right in the chest.
It
Yeah,
didn't like
boom.
break any ribs?
No, it didn't. Well,
What
they were
the hell?
ponies. They weren't like full
Yeah, you ever,
horses.
seen that, you
Oh.
ever seen that video
Yeah.
of that kangaroo who literally like boxed the dude?
Oh yeah.
Fucking
no.
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
video.
Dude punches him in the
Fucking
face.
socked
Dude,
him.
he faced like legal trouble for punching the kangaroo.
Dude, he was trying to
He was
keep, it was
attacking
strangling
his
his
dog.
dog, dude. The
I-
kangaroo had it in a
I think a
hole.
lot of people would be in his shoes, be like, "Yeah, I'll fight the shit out of you.
Right.
You're
I'll
not
fight
touching my
that
dog.
kangaroo.
Right.
I'd take a $500,000 fine to go punch a kangaroo
I
if
know.
he beat up
What
my
the fuck?
dog.
Wait,
What the fuck?
500,000. Okay, my dog can die. I don't.
No, I said 500 or 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Not
I was gonna say
500,000.
500,000.
Fuck out of here.
My
What do you
dog's
think-
dead,
what do you
dude.
think I am?
Damn. No.
Sorry,
Yeah.
14 years
Right.
old,
You
dude.
gotta
Like,
put a price
it's had its
Right.
time.
Yeah.
15. It's had its time. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate that. Means my life more than me.
So
Animals, man.
I guess, what are the plans? Like, what plans do you have for the podcast?
Um,
What ideas would you like to see come to fruition?
I don't know. I think we should get some fun, like cool segments. Maybe even add stuff that isn't. We don't do it right now. Like we film something else out of the podcast
Right.
area and put
Yeah.
it into the video. That'd be a cool thing to do.
Remotes,
What do you mean?
like that's what they're called. Like
Oh.
when like you
Oh,
go from like a
okay.
stage to
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a podcaster now.
there you go, remotes.
Yeah.
And it's really more for talk shows, but
I have a question for you guys. At what point do you put this on your resume?
that's what I'm saying. Also, what are
I'd
our
say-
roles? Like, can I? What do I get to put? Like
Co-host?
co-host? Because that doesn't sound as good.
Host. We can
Yeah,
all just write
are we
host.
Yeah,
all
well-
agree we can all just say host?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be like, hey, you're not a fucking host. You're co-host. You know what I mean? He's a
get you.
producer.
Co-owner. You can just say co-owner.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like co-owner.
Well, you're co-owner of Mildly Appropriate.
right,
You're a host of Mildly Appropriate podcast.
right.
Right.
Correct?
Co-owner and host of. There we go.
Right.
There.
Right,
ooh.
because like
There you
I
go.
think we're all in
Mhm.
agreement. Like I tried to
It's a lot.
drive this home is like it's really important if of all of this that like we create a brand,
Yeah.
Right.
right? That's what things.
But guys-
that's how you get traction.
Guys,
in
no
other
cringy
markets.
merch, okay? No cringy merch.
No, sick merch.
Just have sick merch.
I want
Not even
bobbleheads.
sick merch. Sick apparel.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Sick
Apparel.
apparel.
Not merch.
Not merch.
Yeah.
Merch has a bad taste now.
Oh my god,
Nobody
dude,
likes merch.
everyone is starting
Yeah.
to come out with merch.
Merch.
Yeah, shop my merch at I'm not gonna say anyone's name because I don't like them.
Nice.
Stupidmerchshop.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Stupid
Yeah,
merch
stupid
shop.
bullshit merch.
Shop, yeah.
.com. But yeah, you know,
Shirts
I
and
think
stuff,
like
yeah.
I feel like it'd be so if we ever wanted to branch out for something or from this,
Right.
that the mildly appropriate brand itself would be like a super good foothold to start anything else.
I agree.
You know, you start up the Mildly Appropriate podcast, and then
So to answer your question, I'd say
anything
around
else?
10,000 subs, maybe.
Yeah.
10,000
Maybe-
subs.
Maybe 5,000 subs.
Okay.
At least in the thousands, though.
In the thousands.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it on unless I'm like getting some views.
Right, because if we're like a lame channel forever,
Forever.
it'll be kind of sad if we like
Put it
our
on there.
resume.
Yeah. You're just proud of it.
Right.
It's
Oh
like that
yeah.
little
Ever hear of us?
It's
5
actually funny you
subscribers.
said that. Someone,
5 subscribers.
someone contacted my mom's company about like getting sponsored by them for their YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, right.
So she like linked me their channel before she even looked at it because she's like, "Oh, check this out. Like, tell me if you think it's literally like 17 subscribers. This fucking weirdo. Like, it was.
Yeah,
I was like,
they do it. Yeah.
I was like, how do you expect to get sponsored by someone if you don't have views?
I don't know. I
You
think,
think,
like-
those kind of people are all for the money?
I guess. I mean, like, it's to a point where, like, she was telling us, she was like, why not just, like, ask for sponsorships anywhere? You know how many places? Like,
That's
even
true.
if it was, like, 30% of the places we asked, we're just like,
No, but
sure, we'll
but
just
he-
give you some shirts
well,
to
that's
check out.
fine. But
Yeah,
I
right,
think
right.
he actually wanted like them to supply him with stuff for free. Like,
Right.
If you sponsor stuff, like a lot of things, not just for the show to promote
Yeah,
it,
they're
like
trying
for
to get-
personal
yeah.
reasons. Like you have to be at a certain point where you want personal items from
Right.
a show. I mean, if you're promoting like say the Munch Pack stuff, like if we did a bunch of videos and we're getting good views from that, then yeah, they should be supplying us Munch Packs to
Yeah.
promote to multiple people to buy them. If we were actually resulting in people buying them.
Give us, like, a referral link.
Yeah,
slap it
referral
in.
links, that
links,
kind of stuff.
right.
Yeah, if we were doing that, then I get it. But
Just
if I'm
slap it
just
in the
eating a bunch
description.
of Munch Packs on camera and like barely shouting them out once, like just saying like, "Oh, this is a Munch Pack," like
Yeah.
they don't know what that is.
Right.
So like the first episode, we said assortment of snacks all around the country. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to be sponsored. That's probably my favorite like company right now.
Munch Pack?
Yeah, I love it.
I like all
I love
companies.
candy. I like
Right.
snacks.
Yeah.
I like trying different shit from all around the country because it's just interesting. And you get
Yeah.
random stuff without knowing what's
Yeah.
coming.
It's kind of cool to be like, you're trying a bunch of shit that you've, A, never heard of, B, never seen.
And I
and
guarantee.
3, we'll probably never see ever again.
Yeah, and I guarantee half people in the world have never tried it, so you're pretty unique in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've tried all these cool snacks from all over the world.
Yep.
Fucking pizza Doritos
It is cool.
from Mexico.
Oh man,
Yeah,
those are
baby.
good. Those are really good.
Came with a
Those
little
were
bit.
good.
Who got a tattoo from their Laffy Taffy stuff? Not you. I did.
True.
Yeah, what do you do? Boom.
True.
Yeah, mine says boom.
Flexing
For
mine right
the
here.
for the
Nice
viewers,
U- nice
the viewers who
UFO.
didn't watch the Munch Pack episode.
Oh yeah, dude, the UFO.
UFO, yeah, I'll say it. It's the best
So
one.
guys, for
Thank
the
you.
viewers who
Yeah.
didn't watch the
Thank
Munch Pack episode, we got the snack that it was like this taffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird taffy. Where was that from?
No idea.
Canada?
Oh no, that was Slovenia, I think.
Slovenia. So we actually got tattoos in each individually wrapped. I have one.
Dude, just make them check out the Munch Pack episode.
Right.
No spoilers. Just go watch the Munch Pack episode. You can
Check
all
out the
other
link in the
snacks.
description, guys.
Yeah, you'll be able to see a tattoo on my back.
Right.
Right.
A tattoo right on my upper
And maybe
back.
a little something else.
Yeah. Little
Let's
taste
just
of
say it
something.
was his lower back.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing. I think you guys, we need to work on sex appeal a little bit here.
Sex
In
appeal?
what way?
Right. And that we need to, sex sells.
Sex sells.
Sex sells.
Are we trying to do the podcast shirtless? What are you getting at?
Yeah.
Porn drives every industry.
Porn drives every industry.
Every episode have a porn segment.
Right.
Just
Right.
talk about porn.
Exactly.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Just talk about
Just,
porn.
no, just talk about normal things and then just all of a sudden, boom, crash porn. Just
Right. Yeah.
Fucked
Yeah.
up.
In
stuff.
any way that it relates,
Right.
bring it up.
Start some like provocative pictures up on the screen behind you guys.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, don't be afraid to put some tits up there or something.
Something to
you
get
want.
us flagged by YouTube
Right.
immediately.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
YouTube does a great job, and we respect all of their
Right.
copyright.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They're doing good. They're doing good.
Uh-huh.
Love YouTube
Love
you.
it.
We're gonna post on.
and all other platforms as well, like Twitch.
we
and-
won't post on anyone but YouTube.
Oh, true.
And Twitch.
So we should definitely get a list of all of the different audio platforms that we can
Oh, true.
have our
true.
podcast available on.
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm pretty sure I can only come up with like Last FM's podcast, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube videos.
Hey guys, I'm gonna leave this to Sam to figure out to
iTunes.
post on all these sites because I've never heard
Alright.
of half the things you're talking about.
Okay.
I've heard of Spotify, I've heard of YouTube and Twitch.
Isn't there like a weird restriction with Apple where like you have to have a certain amount of followers or something?
Probably.
That's
They're
fine. Fuck
schmucks.
Apple, dude.
There.
Yeah. They're
See this computer? Not Apple.
Right. Not
Right.
Apple at all.
Fuck
Black
them.
tape, I call it.
There's
Black
a
tape,
there's a YouTuber who like just came out with his new podcast and he's on like 12 to 15 different platforms.
Wow.
So we can just
One view a
blatantly
platform, you have 15 views.
copy his list.
Yeah.
Killing
There
it.
you
Yeah, just
His
copy it.
list. You know, it's just his
Nothing
YouTube
else.
where
Yeah.
he's posting the
We
podcast.
wouldn't copy anything else from
Yeah.
this podcast.
No.
We wouldn't want to do that.
Although apparently there is another podcast out there called the Mildly Something Podcast. Look up like Mildly Podcast on YouTube.
It's like
We're promoting this other guy's podcast.
Are they as cool as
mildly
we are?
unpopular podcast.
I've never seen it, but like, and I didn't know they existed until
Imagine they
Mildly
mildly
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Imagine they just do exactly.
I don't
want
want to promote them,
but
like
slightly better.
not that we're enemies.
Hey, we love you guys. We're gonna do a
Right.
brand deal.
Oh yeah.
Come on the show. You guys, wait.
co-podcast.
You guys don't do video. Maybe you do something else better, but we can,
Right?
collaborate.
Maybe.
We should listen to them one episode just to see.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
During our episode.
We should have a crossover episode.
We should just sit here and listen the whole time and just have them watch us.
What if we dislike their content? Why would we do that?
No, we'll have our viewers
True.
watch
True. You're right.
watch a podcast.
I'm trying not to make enemies already. All right, it's too early in the career to make enemies.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Danny's just a nice guy.
I mean, at the same time, you also have to be confident that we're doing it better than everyone else.
We're just better, as Sean would say.
We're just better.
When it comes
Ah.
to video games, we're just better,
We're just
even
better.
though we're not. But we
Oh,
are.
God.
We
You
are.
up against some tough comp? You're just better.
Man, I hate playing video games with my friends.
Yeah.
Wow. Your friends
single
will be
player.
listening to this podcast. Tell them why. Be
Because
honest.
they're all good. Like everybody's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
good at the
That's-
fucking
that's a
game.
good
I
compliment
suck.
then.
That's why I like reverted back to like a fucking single player hole where like I can just play by myself.
Yeah.
My brother plays a lot of single player.
Yeah, he does.
You guys should just
Maybe
talk
it's
while
'cause
playing
he's-
single player.
Maybe
Well,
it's because
then
he's,
I-
because he's bad.
So I want to get into the story, you know.
Oh, okay.
No, Tyler's good. He's good.
Tyler's good.
Yeah.
For the most
Decent
part,
Apex player.
I don't think anyone we play with is professional level.
But who's the
No,
best aim
but-
booster?
Ben's the man.
Man. Like Apex last night was rough.
Oh yeah.
We won like 5 games, didn't we?
After, well,
Yeah, you guys won a bunch
early
of games.
on it was good.
Oh well, we just kept dropping. We kept getting unlucky.
It
You
was-
just feel like just
I got
get-
like 0 damage,
Fuck, every
75
time.
damage. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is unreal.
There's one guy at 2,500 damage.
Oh right.
My God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything with him.
All right, guys. I have a topic that I'm going to start a little early before we wrap things up.
All right.
I think Danny has a good story about this, so I'm just going to get
Save
into it now.
Maybe it'll take us to the end.
Yeah, I think it will, honestly. So I had another discussion with a coworker about, have you ever shit yourself?
Oh
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Have you ever
I
shit
think
yourself?
it's yeah. I think I have.
I
but
have
not,
two things to this part, by the way.
Not in
Okay.
a fully completed like I'm done shitting.
Yeah.
in
Let
my
me tell
pants.
us.
You know what I mean? Like, there's never been a time where I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah,
full
all the
out.
shit's
No,
in my
never,
pants.
No. Okay.
No, I've never like.
Let me start with his
yeah.
story. It was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Let's hear
So,
Yeah, let's hear it.
so he does service at my dealership, and he went out to lunch with one of his buddies from work, and the guy just got a brand new car, a new BMW, and they went out. They had like I think they had Chipotle or something. I don't even know what it was
Ugh.
actually.
I already know.
But
the
he
rest
had a
of the story.
giant soda or something, a 32-ounce soda, and he gets in the car, and he thought he just had to let rip a little stinky one.
Oh no.
And just pooped, and brand new car. The guy
So-
had it for a couple of days apparently.
So he pooped. He didn't just like shart.
Yeah, he pooped. I think he pooped. Like it
That's
was
a shame.
It wasn't like it was wet, but like it was a poop.
Dude, like, there's definitely a huge difference between sharting and
I agree.
shitting your
Oh yeah,
pants.
I don't think I've ever shit my pants. I'm not gonna lie.
I
to you.
shit my pants though. Like,
Oh, we'll get to
even
that. We'll get so
establishing this. Yeah.
so wait. So the guy in the car doesn't believe him.
Uh-huh.
So this guy puts his hand in his pants.
Oh, dude.
Puts it up to
What?
the guy while driving, dude. And he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "You shit
This
your
is the
pants."
customer.
No,
put
this
his hand in
is
his
this
pants.
is his coworker.
The guy who. Oh, this is
His
two
coworker.
The
coworkers.
salesman.
He's shit in his coworker's car. Yeah.
What
And
the
he
fuck?
stuck his own hand in his
In his
pants.
coworker's face and of shit hand. Yes.
Holy.
Wow.
Did he get fired? Does he still work
Oh
there?
no, he's great. He's a funny guy.
What the fuck?
He's hilarious, actually.
So he puts his hands down his pants. Does he come out with shit in his hands?
I don't know if he put it in his pants or on the outside. where it
Right.
How
smells.
else do you get
I think
fucking
it just-
shit smell in your hands?
I think
it's
it
not
just-
just a wafting
Yeah,
aroma
I know,
that you
true, fair enough.
brush by the
Yeah,
air in
right,
your
right.
pants.
Yeah,
No,
here,
you gotta get
there,
some
I'm telling
shit
you,
on
I shit
your hands.
myself. There you go.
You need some shit on your
He's
hands.
like,
Dude,
and then he called like like whoever his manager was, and he's like, "Oh, like I had an accident, I had to go home." He's like, "Oh, what did you do? Like you like got hurt or something?" He's like,
Right.
"No, I shit my
Shit my
pants."
Yeah,
pants.
I
And he's
shit
like, and he
myself.
started cracking up. Apparently, the manager. All right, Daniel, let's hear your story.
It's not as good as that though. Like, because
Fuck,
I was
I
by
should've started
myself.
with it.
Yeah, I was just by myself.
Same, mine was by
I was actually coming back. I was
Was the
driving
same
home.
thing you thought you were gonna fart? Is that a common thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
I
exactly
guess
what it
that's how
was.
everything
Yeah.
happens.
Mine was in a peculiar situation, but go on.
Oh, I was actually coming. I was driving home from here.
Uh-huh.
This is like
Oh,
back in
wow.
high school. Yeah,
I'm involved in this.
yeah. Well, technically, yeah.
Cool.
And I'm
So
coming
how'd
up
you
and I'm driving through and I felt a fart. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I see. I shouldn't have done this, which was forcing.
Really, thank you. You shit your pants.
And now I don't do that anymore. Like I don't. Ever since this, I don't fucking force farts out. I just if I bend over or something and it comes out, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Every
but
10 minutes.
I'll never force a fart out
Every 10
anymore.
minutes you go in the toilet. Oh, nope, not this
No,
time.
right. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Double
risk it.
checking.
And I'm like, all right, well, here we go. Let's let it rip, and then. Like I was like, oh my god, and I remember I'm like driving there and I'm like, oh, I felt it. I'm like, oh my god, no fucking way. I drive home like very fast. I get to the bathroom and literally just shit rolls out of my pants. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! I can't believe I just did that. And I've never shit so well in my life except for that time, where it just comes right out of my ass. You know what I mean?
The cleanup job.
Normally,
wasn't
it's
fun,
like a
though.
fucking hard deal, man. It's a hard fucking time.
Cleanup job wasn't fun though.
No.
Nah.
It was very embarrassing.
It
And
rolled
All right,
out.
before I get to the
you
next
guys-
rolled
part,
out,
before I get to
yeah.
the next part, Sam, let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right, mine's like kind of boring, but like so. Back in high school, I had surgery on my knee because I had torn my ACL, and the like next few days after, I wasn't like. I had to like kind of put a bag around my leg to like shower and shit.
You shit
my,
bag.
my whole
A
leg.
shit bag, a poop bag.
No. I wish. I had like an entire leg brace up to like the top of my thigh, right? My whole leg is numb. They had to like pinch off the nerve so that like the recovery was easy. So I couldn't feel like the entire most of my waist and my entire leg. I couldn't feel. But I could tell I had to fart, right? I'm like sitting in my computer chair, just like sitting on the computer, and all of a sudden I'm like, I just gotta fart, whatever.
Right.
So like I fart, totally normal fart, but it's wet.
Oof.
And I go, did I just do that? I'm like, I can't feel it. How do I know?
Right.
So I, on crutches, crutch all the way into the bathroom, pull my pants down, and there's shit.
Wow.
Damn.
So mine, I never really actually shit my pants, but I had a really bad experience in school for like a week. Like I actually took a day off because it was so bad. So I don't know what was wrong with my stomach or something, but every 10 minutes, like almost to the T, I had full liquid. Just not even
that's just
poop. Though. It was like
diarrhea, man.
no, it wasn't even poop. It was like
It's just
it was like
peeing out of your butt.
I was like peeing out. No, it was like clear though. It was actually like it was like mucus almost.
Ugh.
So every 10 minutes I had to, and I'm at school. I'm like, fuck, I just fucking keep leaving the room. It was
Yeah,
the worst
right.
experience of my life. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I'm like, I can't. And it happened one time at my house where I didn't go to the bathroom, and I thought same thing, had to fart.
Right, it was a
And it was
fart,
like mucus
yeah.
stuff. It wasn't even fucking shit. I was like, what is this?
Ugh.
So yeah, it was like a week and never happened again. So thank God, but really
Wow.
rough time in my life.
Did you ever go to the doctor?
No, I just
Sounds
was
like you
fuck
just
it. I
had
was
a
like, it'll
bad
pass.
case of diarrhea.
I was like, it'll
I'm
pass.
sure this will pass.
Yeah, it'll pass.
It'll pass.
All right, so the next thing, tell me if this is a pet peeve for you guys.
Yeah.
Every time I fucking get in the shower, I have to take a shit. I'm like after I get in, I'm like, I don't take a shit. And I get in the shower, and I'm like, fuck, and now I have to go to the bathroom.
It's like usually right afterward, and I will not shit.
That's what I'm saying, because like you just
I
showered.
know, it's like a shower, and
You
I'm
just
feeling
showered. I
good,
feel
and then it's
clean.
like, oh boy.
It's like obviously I clean after I shit, but
Right.
like I feel so clean after my shower. I don't want to just
I don't want to shit. Right, I know. I just fucking clean.
I was
this
just thinking if that's
disgusting
common.
It ruins
ass.
the shower.
Yeah.
It
If
ruins the
if
shower, right.
I will wait until I'm ready to poop before shower. Like if I even feel it's close, I'm like, oh,
Right.
definitely.
But I
have to
won't
shit
feel it.
before.
Or if I'm middle of taking a shower, sometimes I'll literally get out, just dry my legs, and then just fucking shit, and then get back in the shower.
See,
Sucks. It sucks, but I do it. I'll fucking commit. I'll be cold as hell.
Because I don't want to be wet
seat.
on the toilet.
Oh,
That's
it's
fucked,
terrible.
right?
I commit.
Ugh.
Gotta
No
commit.
thanks. That's like wiping when your ass is sweaty.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
that is the
Fuck
worst.
no.
That is the worst. That's like a mucus kind of situation. It feels like it. It's like, oh god, man, this is
So
disgusting.
now we have a picture in our head of your
Damn, are these
nipples
tables-
and your ass.
My nipples, my ass. By the time this podcast inevitably
You'll
gets
know my
shut
whole
down,
body.
you'll know my entire body, right?
So how do you guys handle toilets at work? How do you guys
I
have
shit
a
in them?
method?
I shit whenever,
shit in them, thank you.
wherever.
yeah.
Really?
I mean,
I don't-
where
I
I
don't
work,
care.
they have like
Sean said no.
they have like the paper things. so-
I know some people are super weird about
Oh, I'm
public
weird.
bathrooms.
I'm weird about
For
it.
the most part, I don't give a shit.
My work one,
I mean,
dude. You
you
should see
know,
my method.
Play,
So,
play on words.
dude,
but
like
I
I'm
give
not
a
trying to
shit.
put my ass on like a no offense to anyone at my work like a.
Yeah, I got you. No,
Yeah.
say it. Say it.
So
You don't want to
like
put
a
your
really
bare
old-
ass on the thing.
a really old dude's ass. Like, do you
Right.
just want to take a shit? I don't.
You don't
I
want
don't
that
want that.
essence to transfer.
want
I
that.
got you.
So, like,
Interesting.
So I'll go in the bathroom
Mhm.
and I pray every time I go in. I hope it's like in good condition.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Mine's usually pretty good. But I will take toilet paper, at least 3 layers on each side around the whole thing.
That's like
Right?
That's a lot.
Oh, no,
That's
wait.
a lot.
Before the toilet paper, I take a paper towel, wet it, take a dry one, wipe the whole toilet seat, dry it off, and then put the toilet paper on.
This is
Swear
a
to God.
lot.
See, because
a lot.
yeah, I don't like that. You
What
know
do you
why?
It's a whole-
Because
what do
and
you
if I really
prevent
take a shit,
people
I'm really running. Oh, it's a lot. Like yeah, like 3 pieces on the left, 3 on the top, 3 on the right. You know what I mean?
3 squares
Oh,
or
I-
3
and I- if I- dude,
layers?
3 no like not square no like 3 long like strips.
That's a lot.
That's
It's a lot. Yeah.
You're like metaphorically burning down the Amazon right now.
Yes.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. My ass is gonna stay clean.
No, it's not. You're about to shit.
Yeah. You're gonna have shit.
At least
about
it's my
to fucking
shit,
shit
okay?
yourself,
It's
right.
my
The
germs.
shit water's just gonna splash
It's my
everywhere,
germs,
man.
okay?
Ugh.
I don't take like plump shits that make my water spray.
Shit. You haven't shit in the right toilet.
I know,
right?
you're
If
not
that's
shitting
the
right.
case.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing weird about the toilet in Philly. The
Yeah.
place, it's
Yeah.
really small, isn't it?
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
I've
It's, like,
noticed.
weirdly
I've
small.
noticed it's small. Yeah.
What?
Same as Jack's. You know Jack's toilet, how it's like super small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing as the toilet there. It's like, how do you you can't.
Where
like,
at work?
No,
No,
at,
at the
at
house
the,
in
the
Philly.
apartment.
Oh,
At
oh,
the not really
The
apartment,
downstairs
but
in
yeah,
the
the
Dude,
house.
ground floor
shit is
one?
just such a great topic.
Ground floor
Everyone, once you
toilet?
get
I mean,
into
look,
it, you can't
ah.
stop.
But see, you can't use the second floor. Like they don't even. As far as I know, the second floor toilet is like fucked up.
Oh, really?
Like there's not enough pressure,
Jeez.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's rough.
and I need the
Sweet.
pressure because I take some big loads.
Oh, so you guys all go to the first
Well,
floor?
that sounds gross.
Wait,
No,
you-
Wait, you guys all go down
not
to
loads, not loads.
You guys all go.
Danny takes big loads.
No,
guys
no, wait.
bathroom?
Shit. We'll bleep it out.
You go to the
no,
bathroom
okay.
downstairs. The first bathroom, like right where the.
I
bedroom
no,
is?
I use the third. Tyler
really?
goes down to the first.
Wait, how would the pressure on the second be worse than the third? Doesn't
Well,
walk.
it's
It's just piping.
piping.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's
it's
kinda
nothing
stupid.
to do with.
Makes no sense.
But yeah.
I don't
Interesting.
see for public bathrooms like unless it's one of those sketchy gas station bathrooms where you got to get like the key from the desk and go into the
Yeah.
back. Those I'm not gonna shit in one of those.
Yeah, but I don't like at work. I don't consider those public bathrooms. Like,
what are they? Private bathrooms? What do you mean?
because it's not like anybody could just go into the building and shit in those bathrooms.
It's true.
I guess. I mean,
Like,
like,
dude, like
anyone
Most
McDonald's
likely,
bathrooms, I won't do that.
Anybody? Yeah, but like at a restaurant or gas station, no way
Oh,
am I
no.
shitting in there.
No, gas
Really?
station, no,
no
chance.
fucking
Dude,
chance.
if I'm in the restaurant and I just ate half my meal and half my meal
I'm
has
waiting
to
to
come
get
out,
home. I'm
I'm
getting
gonna
home.
go so that I can go shit and then come back and finish my meal.
What? That doesn't help me eat more. Taking a
Helps
shit.
me.
Oh,
I've
weird,
never
weird.
really had to. Not that I think of.
Yeah.
No, but that's you're not,
Making
room.
it's
Yeah,
already
making room,
it's already
making room.
down though. Like that's not making room in your stomach.
Right, that's another part of your body.
It feels like it is.
Feels like it.
It's clearing me out.
Placebo, man.
It's making me feel
I agree.
nice and good.
I think it's placebo.
All right,
Maybe.
one other thing I want to get into that I thought was ridiculous that I heard this week. So if you call Comcast or Allstate, if you're on the automated, what's your
The
thought?
quick question is: Comcast is a
I know,
cable.
dude,
It's a
definitely.
cable
I know,
provider,
right.
and Allstate is an insurance
Definitely.
company.
Okay.
For sure.
All
For
right.
sure.
Call it
I know what I'm
out.
talking about. I'm not saying.
All right.
Go on.
Yeah,
We're just
right.
trying to
So-
make sure we're talking about the right thing.
So if you call into Comcast, they have that automated voice thing.
Yeah.
They talk to you like,
Yeah.
you're so screwed up.
Uh-huh.
I hope that's Comcast. 'Cause no one
yeah,
gives a
right.
shit. Yeah.
Some dumb shit.
They have the automated person has a fake typing keyboard. Have you heard this?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I have.
The
Yeah.
automated like.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you
I
think we're
don't
stupid?
know. It's stupid as shit.
Why would they develop a fucking robot to? Oh, give me one moment, please.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
do you think it's for like some old people who listen to the phone and they're like, oh, what is he doing?
Oh, no
What are
way.
these
Yeah, right.
people typing?
Take your time.
Oh,
Take
they,
your time.
They must be typing.
I
can
don't
hear
know.
them
I don't know why.
Isn't that
Who
so?
could
Allstate,
who could
Allstate
possibly
and
be so disillusioned? That
Allstate and Comcast both do it.
Dumb people. Dang, there's a lot of dumb
there
people.
are a lot of dumb people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah,
isn't
it is fucking annoying. You're right.
Just weird.
I always wondered that too. Yeah, I never
It's a
really
weird-
thought about
weird
it. It's
thing.
like, why are you even typing?
I know. I didn't until the other day. I was like, why the fuck is it typing? I'm like,
Like
Right.
you think the first time you heard it, you recognized it was fake right away?
I think so. I'm
Really?
pretty sure
definitely.
because I knew I was in an automated
You were
message.
already in the automated
Right.
talk-
I'm like,
talking
oh my
thing, now
god,
you're
yeah,
typing,
1,
you're
2, like yes, no, and then it's like, I'm like
Like,
what?
you're like, oh, what are you pulling up for me? Like,
Yeah, right.
Digital fuck. You don't have
Right.
to do that.
I know.
You
yeah.
know what you're doing.
Idiot. Right. Cut the
You're
shit
a
out.
You're a fucking robot.
Right.
What are you
It's
doing?
so that is weird. You're
Who are you
right.
fooling?
Yeah.
Weird stuff, man.
It is weird.
All right, so we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say anything else we want to wrap up on?
No, I mean you got class soon, right?
Yes, sir.
That
Sam's
sucks.
working hard,
I have to
getting
go
that
back to
degree.
Philly.
Yeah, man.
What do you say? You have to go back?
I'm going back home tonight.
Was
Right.
that 45-minute drive, something like that?
Depends. Man, 95
Depends
has
on
been so
traffic.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
They all know where we live now. They know we're at school together. They know Sammy blank.
Right.
They,
Let's get it.
Sammy
they
Blank,
know
right.
they know Danny's ass. They
Right.
know
And my
Danny's
nipples. And my nipples.
Mhm, And his nips.
They soon to know my back once they see the March
Right.
back episode.
Right.
Better look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
that out.
Please go check out. the
Wait. Oh wait.
episode.
Wait. Really quick.
What?
We got to talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
This is again like more about like the meta of the podcast. Apparently, like if you actually ask for subs and likes, people tend to do it more. So are we
You
gonna
think so?
do that?
I think it's pretty weird. and
I think it's weird too, but apparently, like you actually see.
What if we
a
tell
good
them not
spike.
to?
I totally would understand
Well, then
why.
why would they?
I
Think
don't
about
know.
it. You're just like casually.
Yeah, right.
You're like casually.
yeah, make
you're
sure you
casually
report, guys.
watching,
All right.
and then you weren't thinking about liking the video, but you liked it. you liked the video, you weren't thinking about it,
Sure.
and then someone just goes like,
Hey.
hey, make sure you drop a like. I really
No, how about this?
appreciate
How about this? Hey guys, if you would like to push the like button and subscribe, and also put those post notifications on for our videos, I welcome you to do that. If you do not like us or want to do that, then you don't have to.
Yeah, but I feel like
We love
nobody
you.
likes us. I feel like we
Not
should just
yet.
be like, look, just do
Alright,
it.
fuck off, like the video, and
Yeah,
subscribe,
yeah,
okay?
Like the
Bye.
fucking video.
Like, subscribe,
This shit,
hit
we're
the
out.
bell.
All right, cool.
Yeah.